Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday, and it is gold, and not only that, it is the 200th race of ALR as well. Fantastic, isn't it? 200 times that ALR has gone racing on Formula One. 2018 it began, didn't it? March time? No, 2019, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2019 that we started this incredible journey. And yes, we are now on our 200th Grand Prix. But before we get started, the reason why we're starting 5 minutes early is because someone who was doing the stand-ins last week completely made a meal of it. I'm not going to say who he is because we don't distribute blame in ALR, do we? But it was me. Emerson is in the gantry of me tonight. And of course, you usually hear Emerson when he's chatting on the old bronze stream, but tonight he's talking as a driver. Emerson, you're a double world champion now. You broke the most wins in a single season. You are a couple of, you're 2 podiums away from equaling the 17 podiums in one season set by Granty. You're 2 poles away from equaling John Cox's in a single season of 9 as well. Talk us about your season.
Yeah, it's been an amazing season because, it's just going from last year. I had a bit of a unlucky start at the start of last year, and I kind of pulled it around in the second half of the season, and I kind of just carried that momentum through going into this season. The first couple of races were quite difficult because in Australia there was the rain and the cart boy safety car incident, and then I think I got second in that when I felt, if it was a bit of a tricky race, but then kind of just carried the momentum through, and I could only really remember two awful races. Well, not awful, but disappointing moments really is the puncture in Monaco and my qualifying in Singapore last week. But yeah, it's been an amazing season, to be honest, and I've really been enjoying the battles that the likes of, Nosey at the start of the season, he was pushing me. He was keeping up in the championship, like Total Peas and Balan as well, and recently the last couple of weeks Pillars has been pretty decent as well. The same with Lost Souls and other drivers and stuff have been pushing me along. It's not been easy. I know it might look like it's been relatively straightforward, but it definitely hasn't been. There's been a lot of quick drivers out there this season that have made it really enjoyable for me and everyone else, because it's really good, clean racing this season. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been fantastic, and of course you've only not been on the podium once this season, and you've been in the points in every single race as well. What's your aim for the remainder of the season now? Renault can win the constructors, not today, but they could potentially win it tomorrow, next week in where are we next week? Japan. So what is your aim then? Once the remainder of the season, what do you want to do?
Well, like you said, hopefully, it's looking pretty good at the minute, but when the constructors, me and Jonathan have done a really good job this season. I know he's not been up to his personal best, but he's really done a really good job to get the points, especially like the last couple of weeks. He's kind of turned the form around and he's helped out with the constructors battle. It would be good for him to get some more points and help Renault win the constructors, and then once we've done that, win the joint constructors as well, because obviously over the 4 leagues I think we're winning that by quite a few points as well, so win that as well. And like you said earlier on as well, the records that are there, the most wins I think you said I've already broke. It would be good to get the most podiums and the most poles as well, most points, just try and set the benchmark high that no one can really go and break those records again. But I know, as Schumacher once said, records are there to be broken, but it'd be quite difficult, I think.
Thank you very much, Emerson. Brilliant to have you on for the ride today as well. Appreciate your time, and of course you've got to go and get a race started. So thank you very much then for your time here tonight, Emerson. Good luck in the race as well. And we are now going to proceed then with the Grand Prix itself. Then 18 turns around this circuit, 5.8 kilometers long, or 3.6 miles. Then, if you want to be European about this, that record is held by Lewis Hamilton in the real world of Formula One. But of course, in the ALR world of Formula One, I think it is actually set by Caesar, of course, who was a 3-time Grand Prix winner in ALR, only did a couple of races, didn't he, Caesar did? Unfortunately, he wasn't able to participate this season. We've only visited the Russian Grand Prix 4 times in ALR's history. We had it off the calendar, didn't we, in season 1, but it returned spectacularly for F1 2019 up until now, and the past winners have been Clark. He won it last season. The season before, Grant, you remember that incredible monstrous strategy he did, where he threw on the soft tyres on lap 10 or 11 and went around. It was incredible, wasn't it? And then the season before that, it was Fisher. So really good stuff indeed. So this is the fourth time we're going to be racing around here. And on the actual grid at the moment, we haven't got any Grand Prix winners that have won around here before then. So that we're guaranteed a new winner then here in Russia tonight. Fantastic stuff indeed. Also talking about the poles as well. Dan Murphy was on pole position this time last season. Great stuff indeed there for Dan Murphy. He did a 1:30 9:32 in qualifying, which is quite a rapid lap actually, and it's actually the all-time lap record around here as well. Good stuff indeed there for Murphy. The race lap record around here is set by so good stuff indeed then, as we're on the countdown then to the start of the race itself. And as I've got a frog in my throat already, that's not good, is it? We've got a couple of comments coming in now. Wilson, happy 200 and congratulations to Emerson, the absolute animal. Oh my goodness me, he is an animal, isn't he? I think they should call him Pepper Army. We've got Jonathan, good evening. Great to be a part of the 200th ALR race as well. Of course, very good to have you along for the ride as well, Jonathan. We already mentioned one of Jonathan's accolades in ALR. He has got the most pole positions in a single season, which was back in season 2, wasn't it? Or season 3? It was season 3, wasn't it? Goodness me, the time just flies, doesn't it? And Jonathan, I think, is second in the all-time pole sitter list as well. I think he's on 13 now. Brilliant stuff indeed. Gordo, good evening. Gordo then, of course, Gordo was on the podium last week, wasn't it? I got to see, I had a very good interview. Unfortunately, we had the stream was cut as well, so apologies about that, Gordo. But oh my goodness me! I think that we was just talking just before the race started. Emerson there was saying that he wasn't expecting rain, or it hardly rains around here. Well, my word, there he's really throw the cat amongst the pigeons on that statement. We got a bit of rain falling from the air, haven't we? Oh dear, oh dear. We got Chaz is saying, congrats ALR, another milestone in the career, reaching 200 races. Thank you very much, Chaz. And of course, Chaz, I hope, is going to be a part of the reserve team, I think, in ALR now. So good stuff indeed, Chaz. Welcome. Farfar, oops, rain now. Good luck all as well from Equals. That is, I think the Farfar's left it on the rain setting, hasn't he? Right, let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors. This week in ALR, I shouldn't mess up the drivers' standings because I don't think that any championship will not be won this week. However, as I've just spotted, everyone's on the soft tires. We'll talk about that in a minute. However, if Troye wins tomorrow and Gamer doesn't get any points, then all he needs is 1 point in the Japanese Grand Prix for Troye to win as well. And that'll be both Renaults wrapping up the championship quite early on indeed. That pretty impressive rate this season it has been. Everyone is on the soft tires, Ed, so it's rained a bit, but it's not raining too much out there. Infamous Pillars is the first driver to come out on the course, and I wonder if this rain is stopping, or is it just starting to get harder? Oh my word, that as he flies out of the pits now, Pillars does. Let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standings. Emerson is on 355 points. He is not too far away from breaking the all-time points record in ALR, which is 380 set by Granty in his second of two world championships he had back in season 3 for the Williams team, which was just watching Pillars driving in now. Emerson's on 355, so he's not too far away, and he's on course to maybe break that as well. We got a great battle between Carboy, Knowlesy and Milan in second, third and fourth then. Unfortunately, Milan has had to drop out at the last minute then, so that might cost him third in the championship, but of course hopefully Milan is well, and hopefully everything's okay. So Carboy is second, and he's 31 points in front of Knowlesy, who's in third position, and Milan is only 8 points away from Knowlesy. The battle for second, third and fourth looking very strong indeed. German in fifth in the championship only is back in action tonight after injuring his shoulder, so good to see German back. He is 63 points behind Milan, and 71 points behind that battle for third then. German's slightly out of that at the moment then, but we'll see how that progresses then, because you cannot count your chickens before they hatch then. So German in fifth position, Liam Yet in sixth, and Liam Yet had a great race around here last season, didn't he? I think he won his was it his second Grand Prix win? Absolutely dominated it, wasn't it? I think that German broke his wing around here, didn't he? And it was really it was kind of a mobile chicane, wasn't it, for the drivers there, and that allowed Milan there, that allowed Liam there to take his second Grand Prix victory. I think it was his most impressive performance of his ALR career thus far for Liam Yet, and he'll be hoping for more of the same again here here tonight. I presume that Injured Jesus, I think, has had a stellar year, really has indeed there. And Injured Jesus hasn't raced in all the Grand Prix, has he? So I think he's done really well to be in 7th in this championship. V Todd in 8th fed, Mr. Elite in 9th fed, and Tempedicious Tango, he's moved up 3 positions, but he could have and should have won the Singapore Grand Prix last week, really, shouldn't he? Jonathan there is still in 11th position, but he had a strong drive, Jonathan did, and hopefully for more of the same. Lost Souls and Equals dropping down 2 positions. Infamous Pillars has propelled himself with his first points finish of the season last summer. He has propelled himself up into 15th position. He should have won the Singapore Grand Prix as well last week. I'm going to say that for about 3 drivers here tonight then. Yeah, there was a lot of unluckiness, wasn't there? In the relegation zone mode is Summer Wing. We got William and also Gunnar. Gunnar, unfortunately, has got -5 points then, as he was a very naughty Red Bull, wasn't he? Pillars is coming down the back straight as well then. So it is light rain at the moment then. So I think this rain might be passing over the Sochi Autodrome circuit. So DRS is still enabled then, but we'll soon find out. A lot of drivers are still in the pits at the moment, so I think it's passing over then. If their weather radars are right, which is a very risky thing to do, isn't it? Really betting on the weather. Oh my word there. Because I've got to say, that's not a very good thing to do, is it? In the Constructors' Championship, Renault cannot win the Constructors here tonight, but they can win it in the Japanese Grand Prix in a week's time then. Pillars is coming through the final turn then. Let's see what Pillars can do in the Williams there out of the final turn. And Pillars goes fastest then to start off. We got Emerson, who's gone out fastest now. He's a couple of tenths in front then, Emerson is. I remember he needs 2 more pole positions to equal Jonathan's season record of 9 then, because Emerson, I think, is on 7 at the moment, isn't he, if I'm not very much mistaken? I am very much mistaken. He is on 8 then, so he needs 1 more to joint equal Jonathan's season record as well. So I think it's Emerson will be going for the record tonight. I would say so. I've gone completely around the wrong way, aren't I? I think Total Pete said, here he is then into the final turn as well. Total Pete is driving the Alfa Romeo. He goes at second fast, amount of 10th a second in front of Pillars. And Pillars is the first driver to come across the line then. Tango's gone third fast and they are starting to come through now. And this is very difficult conditions because it's quite in betweeny, isn't it? Between the intermediate and the slick tyre. I would say that the intermediate tyre is definitely not the way to go. William has gone 5th fastest in the McLaren. Now he needs to pull up his socks, otherwise he might be he'll be in the relegation zone, and he doesn't want that there with only 6 races to go in this season, as I have completely turned my TV off, and that's not good. Dynamo Dan is gone at 7th fast then. Oh goodness me, that was getting a bit worrying then. Oh goodness me, I'll give myself a bit of a heart attack then. Oh, my heart skipped a beat then. I have been listening to Ollie Murs today. Jonathan has gone just into the first sector as well. We've got Mercedes of Equals just about to finish off his lap. He's invalidated his time now, so he's had a slap on the wrist. The Equals has, he's got to go through again. Emerson's time so quick that the graphics is just displaying it there for the remainder of time, aren't they? We got a Ferrari out on circuit, and it's Mr. Lee, who is, I think, 6th fast at the moment. He is invalidated this time. And what about Vike? Vike is just starting his lap as well. Jonathan is coming down the back straight. Got a racing point there of Nolsey, who's about to put in a lap time. And Nolsey goes 7th fastest at the moment then in the racing point then. And Gurman just coming out on the circuit as well. Vike going into turn 2 and 3 as well. Of course, it's 18 turns a circuit, this is. It'll be that I've got to say, some track maps actually show 19 turns, but it's actually 18 turns. I don't really class, because it says that it's turn 2 and 3 and 4. The long turn 3, it's actually 2 turns on I think it's on Wikipedia, which I think is absolute hogwash there, of course. I think it's just 1 turn to me, but there you go. But when is a turn, and when is it not? And when is a turn not a turn then? And that's a debate for, it could be a debate for a lot of circuits, really, can't it? Cowie's gone 5th fastest there. Good stuff indeed there for the Haas driver. Vike is out on circuit as well. Carboy is just starting this up then. Jonathan's going for a second by the cherry, so is Equals as well. I think the rain is steady still. It is still quite heavy out there, to be honest. Gurman is gone on the intermediate tyres then. Oh, this is going to get very interesting indeed then for Gurman now. He's got 10 minutes to get himself sorted out. Equals into the final part of that then. Very much Mickey Mouse-esque, this final part, isn't it? 9 degree left, 9 degree left, 9 degree right, 9 degree right there as Equals goes at 7 fastest then in the Mercedes-Benz and good stuff. Jonathan there is just on the middle part of the lap as well. Vike though, as we've got white tyres on there for Liam yet as well, as he is starting to tease us then with those and teases them with the wet tires, with the Yoda wet tire solution. Voigt going at 10th fastest mode, and he's the second slowest car thus far. Red Bull of Gunnar starting his lap off. Then Carboy is just coming into the final turn as well. We're on board with Carboy. Airtel just said happy 200th racer for ALR. Yes, indeed, and it's a absolutely incredible feat, isn't it? Really. Carboy going 5th fast as well. Then Gunnar's on a lap. Then we got a Haas car going to the pits. I feel it's got a racing point in the pits as well. Then on board then with Jonathan and in the Renault then, as of course Jonathan would love to really help for the Renault team out. And I think he's done a good the second half of the season for Jonathan has been pretty impressive actually. First half of the season was quite miserable, but Jonathan's really started to elevate himself, hasn't he? He has done the slowest time so far. As Canetti has just had a problem there in turn 2, so he's just recovered the car whilst his teammate Gunnar is on the circuit as well. Then the Irishman, of course, and this will be his 107th Grand Prix start tonight. Murphy there is his 116th start or 117th start for Murphy then. So he's been in over half the races of ALR's history, and that's absolutely fantastic achievement. Same with Gunnar as well. Both those drivers have been over 100 races in ALR history. Goodness me, they are definitely very much part of the furniture, aren't they? These two drivers are indeed. And so at the moment, Gunnar is going to have to trying to address the balance, and currently at the moment he is on -5 points there. Can he score some points then before the end of the season? Can he get himself out of that relegation zone before the end of the season as well? Gunnar out of the final turn then. Here it is, and in turn 8 as well. Gunnar accelerates away, and he goes at 13th fast at the moment, and he is just in front of Jonathan, who is 2 seconds up on the second split time here. Jonathan is there. This is looking much more better there for Jonathan. Vike is back into the pits. Lovely helmet design here from Jonathan. Great stuff. I love that helmet. I've got to say, it feels a bit it's got the similar colours as Martin Brun on it, the red, white in the red, white in blue there, wasn't it? Good stuff indeed there. Of course, Martin Brun doesn't have a pink, I don't think he has any pink on his helmet there, Martin Brun does. And now as we come into 17 and 18 as well, then out of the final turn then for Jonathan. Let's see what to do. That's better. He is 6th fastest after 5 laps on those tyres. I think you'll be fairly happy with that. And we got Diego coming out of the pits then as well. He's on the out lap mode. I think that Gurman has come out of the pits on the intermediate tyres and come back in then. It's like Canetti has come back in on the, I think this is his second Grand Prix start in ALR. Good stuff indeed then. We're just watching Diego then, who is starting his lap now then. And he is just, whilst he's on his out, let's go for the constructors. And Renault then cannot win the constructors tonight, but they can win the constructors in a week's time in the Japanese Grand Prix as we go to the land of the rising sun then, as we are on the final stretch then of ALR Season 5 before we dip into Season 6 then. And of course it'll be F1 2021 then, and I'm rubbing my hands with glee when we start our Season 6. Season is Diego then really struggling there, coming out of the final turn, and it's getting very slippery out there as the rain is still falling, but it's not exactly saturating the track, is it? Not too much anyway. Renault are leading the constructors. Second position is the Alpha Tauri at the moment, 164 points back. Then McLaren are in third. They're 52 points away from the Alpha Tauri team. Then so McLaren hoping for some strong results tonight. Racing Point in the joint constructors. Racing Point have been absolutely machines, haven't they? They really have indeed. They've gone from as injured. Jesus, 11th session. That's not good for McLaren. Racing Point have gone from like 5th or 6th in the joint construction. They've elevated themselves up into first, and I think they're only like 303 points away from the Renault team, the all-dominant Renault team in both gold and silver this season. Been really impeccable, haven't they? That team has there. Diego then is is just in the middle sector as well. So Racing Point then could potentially very much start to spring a surprise on the Renault team. And the joint constructors, we are still over 700 points away from declaring a champion from that stage, I think, then, if I'm not very much mistaken. 700 points, that feels like a lot to me. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. Yeah, I might have to go back on the old maths class then. But Racing Point in full position moment. Alfa Romeo 5th, 34 points from the Racing Point team. Alfa Romeo got Total Pease and Dan Murphy a pole sitter as well as Pease a Grand Prix winner then. So Alfa Romeo then got 2 very good points collectors over their history in ALR then, so they would hope it to bite into the advantage then, the Racing Point team. Williams Williams are up to 6 then. Strong end of the season there for the Williams. Are 22 points away from Alfa Romeo. Haas have dropped down 1 position. They're 4 points beyond the Williams team. Mercedes have dropped down a couple of positions as well. They're down in 8th position, 2 points beyond the Haas team. Diego goes 10th fastest on his first time run then. Good stuff indeed there. We've got Kart Boy who's on and out for the moment then. And we've just got Kente who's also on circuit then. We have got the Ferrari team in 9th position there. They're 28 points away from the Mercedes team. On 10th position is the Red Bull team on 48 points as well then. So Red Bull they might need to inject a bit of injection of pace then, really, don't they, if they want to get themselves up the old constructors standings as well then. So just on board now with the Red Bull team then. Serious Rich say Dan's lost his keys again. I think he has. Oh goodness me, it's Kente there. It's really started struggling. I don't think Dan likes qualifying, does he? He's not a fan of this old qualifying system, is he? I think he'd be interested in I think he'd be one driver that'd be very interested in doing the old sprint race as well, which I think is happening in the British Grand Prix, Italian, and another race which is to be confirmed as well. I think it was meant to be the Brazilian Grand Prix, wasn't it? But I think that one has been chopped off the calendar, or was it? It was another track. It might have been. I don't know. I can't remember now. Kente there coming out of turn 1 and 2, turn 2 and 3. There, of course, it's the longest run, isn't it? Down into the first braking zone of turn 2, even though it's not turn 1, because turn 1's a bit of a kink, then, isn't it? But I gotta say that's going to be quite a deadly corner. If it's going to be a very unpredictable race in terms of the weather. Well, it's been a very unpredictable weather so far in this qualifying session, but we'll see how that one fares out, shall we? Of course, I've heard some interesting news on the old Formula 1 front here before we came on air. Indianapolis is touted to potentially be on the F1 calendar if some more races are to be cancelled then, because I think that when we're at the other side of the world for the final race of the season, and if there are some more that is cancelled, then they would like to stay in America to save a bit of the old money and all that kind of jazz kind of thing, isn't it? So Tango has asked, have I seen his helmet yet? Oh, goodness me, Tango, that's very forward of you. I haven't seen it just yet, my good man, but don't worry about that. I'll be seeing it in qualifying too, as at the moment you are through. The rain has stopped now, so the track then should get quicker and quicker then. So the rain has stopped then, and it was only light rain, but it was still rain nonetheless, wasn't it? Which is going to make the track very greasy, and but the track will now just get quicker and quicker as Kente has just showed very nice indeed. He's 3 seconds in front then, so these times are now going to start tumbling like a fruit machine. Here comes Liam Yedden, so that might be why a lot of drivers came in the pits then, as they were just sitting there waiting for the rain to stop then, and now they're out on circuit. Well, here comes car 66, and he's now down the back straight. I think that's the only number, isn't it, of the same numbers kind of thing, if you get my cut of my jib there. It has not been taken, has it? Because 11 is Perez, 22 is Tsunoda, 33 is Verstappen, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, I can't see Tango's helmet anymore because he decided to leave me, which is, I think that, there you go, he probably was not a fan of me seeing his helmet there. Liam into the final couple of corners right there, and this is final end to lap, not the most exciting in the world, is it? This race, I gotta say, when it's on the Formula 1 calendar, it's not my favourite. I don't look forward to this one at all, but from an ALR league racing level, it's a brilliant race, isn't it? Liam goes second fast there, a couple of tenths away at the moment now, as goodness me, I had a very old grumble in my ear there. Goodness me, I think that might have been Liam's car then. Didn't sound too happy, did it? Dynamo Dan is 1.2 seconds up then. I think some of the top drivers are going to have to think about getting on now. Emerson is still in the pits according to the graphic, and Emerson might be a bit concerned. And yes, he's out on circuit now. Every car is out, and this is a brilliant end to the qualifying. This is what I want to see. Oh, this is going to get very spicy indeed, isn't it? Gordo saying I love Indianapolis. Yeah, I think that, I'm not sure it's Indianapolis. I think it's still got the same layout, hasn't it? I know MotoGP uses something slightly different, or they used to. Dynamo Dan out the final turn. Dynamo Dan goes 4 faster than one, and Infamous Paris has gone faster. Said unbeknownst to me, then I apologise for this. I completely missed that as he comes back in the pits, and so he's fairly happy with that. Gurman is on the second part of the lap as well. What about William? William is out on the lap then. Vike is coming into the final stage of the course as well. What about Cowie? Cowie's invalidated, so he's got 43 seconds to put that right. Back to Vike. He is 3.5 seconds up in the second split time as well in Serious Mushroom. Show us your helmet, Tango. Vike goes fast and on a 31.993 then for the Ferrari drive. That's a pretty immense time then, isn't it? Noisy is just starting to start there. William there is up. Whoa, just blasting past as well. India Jesus also on up as well. We're going to stay with Gurman at the moment, and Gunnar is a bit close to the back of that racing point now, so Gurman is going to struggle. You'll have a lovely slipstream now if those players retire from the session and Gurman comes across the line. He is fast as now. This might be very much reminiscent to the European Grand Prix back in 1999, one of my favourite qualifying sessions. And the checker flag has fallen, and let's see if it's actually fallen. No, it hasn't now, because Emerson has gone through and settled up then, because that could have been very concerning for the championship leader. From the double world champion, I should say now, as no one can overthrow him in the final stage of the season. Mr. Elite then, I think it's going to be a lottery of who's going to be knocked out here, isn't it? Because the track is absolutely completely changed. It's night and day difference from the start of the session. And Mr. Elite has gone second fast out. I think it might be last man across the line. Is going to really benefit, isn't he? What about Dynamo Dan in time trying to sneak up there? There he is. He's invalidated his time and he is down in 8th position. Is that going to be enough for Dynamo Dan? I'm not sure if it is. Here's William then. He is out of the final turns right. Instead of 37 there. He has gone second fast. We got a second Haas car out there as well. Who is it? It is Cowie who's gone third fastest there. What about Knowlesy then? I see Knowlesy. Here he is there. We've also got Emerson in the background as well. It's not John Cox. I think it's one of the Renaults, which I've got to say is and Knowlesy goes 6th fast as well. What about Jonathan? I couldn't keep up with him. He's 3rd fast as well. I can't keep up with anyone. Oh my goodness me. Indian Jesus going to 6th fast then as well. Good stuff indeed there from Indian Jesus. What about Diego? Diego is down in 18th position and he is not into qualifying just yet. He now is into qualifying. That should see him safely through that. Gunnar is gone into a 13th fastest. Gunnar is potentially making it out of qualifying now. What about Liam? Liam is down in 13th position. Equals has moved up into a very solid 3rd position. Emerson, the double world champion, is out qualified. He's not anymore. He is through. And what about Toll Peace? He's also through as well into qualifying 3. 2, I should say. I'm getting too ahead of myself. And that is it then, I think, for qualifying. And unfortunately for Gunnar, he was out with just a fraction to go. And infamous Pillars Head will be breathing a huge sigh of relief there, as he could have potentially been knocked out of qualifying there. Gunnar is out, Kente is out as well, Dynamo Dan is out of qualifying, and Tango down in 19th position now. He is not going to be too happy at all, is he, with that? Oh, goodness gracious me then. That is a very disappointing indeed, isn't it, for Dynamo Dan and Gunnar and Kente as well. Both Red Bulls are out, so they're going to be on the sidelines now. Williams of Dynamo Dan is out of qualifying as well. Tango and Murphy is out then. Vintage, evening, hope everyone is well. I'm very well. Good luck to Gold as well from Vintage then. Evening Vintage there from Serious Mushroom. And also Tango is not a happy Tango, is he, unfortunately, as I think he has been tangoed in this qualifying session. He is out of qualifying. Of course, he's got a problem with his old hard drive, hasn't he, Tango has, and he is out of qualifying then, and that is a big blow for the man who was leading the majority of the race, wasn't he, last time out in Singapore. Fastest in this qualifying session by a whisker is Total Peace from Gurman, who is second, and less than a tenth of a second, less than half a tenth of a second actually, as Gurman makes his triumphant return then here in Russia. Murphy out of qualifying, down in 19th position in the Alfa Romeo. Tango in 19th, Dynamo Dan in 18th, Kente in a 17th position there, and Gunnar in 6th as well. I thought that Gunnar would have got through there. Infamous Pillars are very lucky not to be knocked out of qualifying 2 here. Oh, goodness me. It was very touch and go as well. There was 7 tenths of a second in the end then, but luckily he got a good time in there right from the get-go. Very good stuff indeed then. As Quinn Ting Wing then saying, go equals then. Good luck then. Very good stuff indeed then, as we're now just going through into qualifying 2 as well. And I'm already perspiring. Goodness gracious me then. That was a hard start to the qualifying session, wasn't it? Good gosh. All right, as we're going into qualifying 2, it's Spurs have just scored as Gareth Bale has been on the top of the score sheet as well. Unfortunately, we can't really talk about the United game in the old Liverpool game, because that was called off, wasn't it? There were some very rowdy fans, wasn't there? Albeit they were doing I think they were doing a good cause, wasn't they? As they was protesting against the Glazers as well. which, yeah, not very popular people, are they, up in Old Trafford, are they? Right, we're into qualifying 2 then. Emerson has apparently still got the fastest lap, hasn't he, down there, according to the graphic. So good stuff indeed, but we're going to be going a hell of a lot quicker than that then when this session gets underway for this qualifying 2 then. The rain has come and gone then. However, it is still looking very overcast here, isn't it, here in Russia? I think we're next to the Black Sea, aren't we? Because the sea is kind of just to the left of us as Pillars comes out of the pits then. So it's very close to the sea as well. And I think this is the unofficial holiday destination of Russia, isn't it, here in Sochi? Beautiful circle is, well, I'm not sure if it's a beautiful circuit. It's a beautiful location. I'm not sure about the circuit then. Of course, the first race, Formula 1 first race on this back in 2014. It wasn't a classic, was it? Rosberg locked up his tyres quite heavily there and threw a set of hard tyres on it. Lasted about 51 laps around here. So it just shows that tyre wear is... tyre wear is not really exactly a factor around here. Quinn Tinkwink says, hi, commentator bloke. Good evening, Tinkwink. I hope you're well then. As just on board with Pillar said, no one has set a time just yet because I'm well above my station. I should be sit down and waiting for this one waiting for this one to get going in. Unfortunately, we can't see Tango's helmet now, can we? I think I'll put the curse on him. As I was expecting it, I was saying as we were seeing in qualifying 2. Well, how wrong was I? And Tango is going to be very, very unhappy. Very, very unhappy indeed then, isn't he, with me, Tango is. So, but luckily I might have to skedaddle out of this race then quite quickly. We have got and as Sirfan saying, my laptop doesn't like beer, apparently. Well, I've got to say, that's a very unusual laptop, isn't it? Because I got to say, a lot of things do like beer. I love beer. I love cider as well. I also love a bit of Wicked then, but there you go then, which I think is in an Alcopop or something like that, but I do love Wicked. I really like the, I think it's the red one they used to have. Oh, lovely stuff indeed then. Pillars Air is just coming through turn 1, which is not really a turn really, is it? Well, it is a turn, but it's a kinky turn. As Pillars coming down into turn 2 and 3. This is going to be the action zone of the Grand Prix, I feel then. It's a long drag, isn't it, from the final braking zone of turn 18 all the way down into turn 2. Lovely shot here for the Williams. You can see right into the cockpit there of Pillars as well. They don't have much space in the cockpits, do they? These Formula 1 cars, it's very much space is at a premium here, isn't it? As of course, the more space the driver takes up, the less aerodynamic the car is going to be. Gunnar saying, evening everyone, happy 200th race, Sean, but the only own person to ever be involved in every race. I think that I think this is my 190. I think I haven't commentated on. I missed a bronze race last season. I also haven't commentated on any bronze races this year, which has been absolutely great for you guys at home, haven't it? My goodness me. But I think I technically I have actually, haven't I? Apart from one race. So yeah, thank you, Gunnar. Oh goodness me. So yeah, I've had the pleasure of watching, racing, or commentating on every single race apart from one, which was Azerbaijan, wasn't it, last season? So 199th race for me. Lovely stuff indeed there. We've got Vintage saying it is the same in terms of his laptop there, so not liking beer. Rob Pillar said, I think he does love a beer or two, doesn't he? But we're not talking about beer, we're not talking about Pillars' beer, Belly. We're talking about his performance then. And let's see what we can do as he's out of the final turn. And look at those brake discs glowing and comes across the line. He is fast as he has gone for the soft tyres, albeit I don't think that's going to really, I don't think that's his best lap of the day, is it? Here comes Liam Coon across the line. He is fast there and he has definitely gone for the soft tyres there and really put a mark on as well. As I'm not sure what's happening there. Is that Nolsey and one of the Alpha Tauri drivers there almost come to blows there. Vike then is on a lap at the moment as I have missed Indian Jesus. There he is. He is fast as there. He is also on the soft tyres then. Interesting stuff there from these drivers. They're really going for it. And good stuff indeed then. Tango saying one of these days this PlayStation is going to end up on the other side of the room then. And as of course Surfer saying, no, it's worse. We get Emerson and Ayrton to quit Bronson. Oh goodness me! I think I've read that wrong. I'll read that in a minute. Just got Carboy starting us out. Sorry, got a bit of sunshine here in Sochi as well. Then as we got yellow flags fluttering as one of the McLarens. I think it's Indian G's just getting on the way then. Vike on his second time run as well. Tango's left the session now. Remember that Tango only left the session once or twice in Singapore. Unfortunately, it was costly, and of course, yeah, I do feel sorry for Tango. Don't it's really his PlayStation is very goodness me, it's not not the best of performing consoles, is it, to say the very least. And Cardboy's invalidated this time, so he's going to have to go around again then on the medium tires. Delaf is on the medium tires. Well, look at those break this going there for Delaf, and he is very much looking in the thick of things tonight. And good some D there for Delaf. Done a 33, and he is currently through in the qualifying for at the moment, but this is very early stages then of qualifying too, of course. There is still a long way to go then to determine who is going to be through and who is going to be out there. Just seeing who is actually the furthest car around then. I think it's Diego. It is Diego. Diego had a great race, I think, in Singapore. He had a nightmare start, didn't he? Where he was kind of out of sync, wasn't he? But he got through to finish. I think he finished in 10th, didn't he? And then so that was very good hustle there from Diego. Good stuff indeed. Then that might be crucial in his quest to stay in gold for next season. Remember, the bottom three of the World Championship will be relegated from gold. Then, as it stands at the moment, it is Gunnar -5. Unfortunately, there we got William there is on 10 points. There, he's 2 points away from Summer Wings there, and Summer Wings is on 12 points, joint with Don McDonald at the moment. There, it's going to be very close indeed then between those two drivers to see who goes up and who goes down. And Diego is 3 points in front of those two drivers there as well. So yes, keep an eye on that, because that is going to be. That is going to be a very interesting thing there. Liam's times are freakish, considering he is on VR. Yeah, of course, Liam is on the virtual reality headset, which is absolutely incredible. I'm not sure how he doesn't get motion sickness. I tried the virtual as we're coming out to the line now. As Diego goes second fastest in the racing points. Well, Emerson there is on the medium tires. He is on the final part of the lap. Then I tried the VR headset. I think I was watching the trailer, and my goodness me! Luckily, I was too stupid to look in the way of the clown kind of thing, because he was always behind me, but I was always looking the other way, because that's kind of my instinct, really, I suppose. As we got German there, who's on a outlap then, but what about Cowie then, who is just coming up to the final part of the lap as well. Cowie is but yeah, it's I gotta say, it's absolutely great to get it working on. And I must say, I bet it's a lot of fun actually to do on the VR set, but to get performance out of it as well. Good stuff indeed there from Liam. Yeah, he is third fastest moment. Cowie is gone fifth fastest on those soft tyres there. Let's see how that's going to transpire. Well, Carboy is 10th for a second behind Cowie. We got McLaren of William then, who's gone 7th fastest then. Lovely stuff indeed. What about Emerson? He's 5th fastest on the medium tyres, 10th of a second away from Topes. They're coming through thick and fast now, and here comes Gurman then, who is just starting his lap by the looks. He is indeed that. He's gone purple in the first sector. So that's a very good start there for Gurman. We got Mercedes there coming around the final turns. Right. Nope, he is coming into the pits there. Turn 17 now, so he's going to have to abandon this time. He's come back into the pits. And there we go then. So Russian said, I tried it. It's hard on the brain then. It is indeed. And also, because I'm a bit on the old chunky side as well, I also sweat if I stand up and walk around. So perhaps it's not for me either then. I'm a traditional gamer, you see. I like to sit down a lot. So there we go. That's my excuse. I'd give me a controller any day. Gurman there is in the final part of lap now. He's in sector 3. And there we go then. And now coming into the final sector, into turn 6 as well, running slightly wide there over the curbs and into turn 17 and 18 now in car 25, and not running too wide out of the final turn now for Gurman. Let's see what he can do. He is fastest there. Gurman is looking very strong at this stage of the event now, isn't he? Mr. Elite has gone second fastest. He's on the cusp of the drop zone. What about Cowie? Cowie's gone for a second time run. He has found 3 thousandths of a second. He's very much on the edge of the limit and beyond there. Impressive stuff indeed there for Cowie. However, he's in 7th position and he's going to be looking over the shoulder. It's going to be a bit vulnerable there, isn't he? Knowles, he's invalidated his time now. 6 minutes to go then. Is he abandoning his time? He is abandoning his time. He's come back into the pit set. I wonder if Knowles, who's third in the World Championship, might throw in a set of soft tires then, as he, with Milan not driving here tonight, then it's a golden opportunity then for Knowles to potentially get extend his advantage over himself and Milan, the Drivers' Championship. Of course, it's 8 points at the moment. It's very much nip and tuck, isn't it? To say the very least. Then. So as it stands, then we have got 3 drivers who haven't set a time so far. Knowlesy hasn't, Jonathan hasn't, and Equals hasn't either. However, those 2 drivers of Equals and Jonathan leaving it very late at the moment, isn't they? Jonathan starting his lap now, then. So let's go on board the British Italian driver. Tango is back in the session now as Jonathan flies by me in the Renault and going up in to turn number 2 as well. Equals on set of time either. Nosey is still in the pits at the moment, and I wonder what he's what's he doing? I think he's on the soft tires. He is on the soft tires now. Pillars has gone out onto a second time lap there. Mushroom is saying a great medium time then for Peas. Had a very good medium time now for Peas, wasn't it? On the 31.2 there. Good stuff indeed there from Peas. We'll take a look at there's a lot of drivers are now going on to the soft tires. Tango's having some major gremlins here tonight, isn't he? That's not good at all, is it, for Tango? He's down in 90th position already. Unfortunately, his hard driver's already given him a good old whammy, hasn't he, unfortunately? And that's why he's out of qualifying this stage of proceedings then. But hopefully this is just if it's going to happen, it's a good time to happen now, really, isn't it? Because we're in qualifying now with 4.5 minutes to go then. Jonathan on the second DRS straight. There's 2 DRS straights around here. Down this back straight, well, in between 12 and 13. And also from turn, also just before, after turn 1, or is it the middle of turn 1? I don't know. Before, during, or after, I don't know. And then up until turn 2 then, and of course that's going to be the action zone, I feel, for this circuit as well, as into the turn 6 as well. As Farfare, I gotta say, is absolutely loving Tango's promise. Like, oh goodness me, Farfare, good gosh, that's kicking a lion whilst he's dying now, isn't he? Paul is out of final turn for Jonathan. He has gone 7 fastest there. Is that going to be good enough? I gotta say that's quite perilously close there. I think it's a bit too close there. As India Jesus had a strong qualifying so far. Pillars has gone full fast on the medium tires. There's some very good times out there, isn't there, on the medium tires? Very impressive stuff indeed. Equals with that beautiful space helmet, indeed, brilliant stuff indeed. We're on board now then with Equals. Equals 44 for the win there from Quinn. Yes, so Equals would love to get a victory here. He is, I think he's had a good season. Equals has 15 starts. He's had 24 points to his name as well. And Equals has only had 1 DNF this season. It was right at the start of the season. That's pretty impressive stuff, really, isn't it? So hats off to Equals there for very much keeping it to win it then as well. He has his best result this season has been at 5th, which was back in the Hungarian Grand Prix. That was a crazy race, wasn't it? And Equals is definitely. Oh, he's abandoned his time with 3 minutes to go in this session now. He was on an okay lap there, wasn't he? But he was not happy, was he? Nosey is not going to be happy either at the moment, and he is down in 15th position on the grid. Out of the final turn. Let's go on board then with the 3-time Grand Prix winner then, as he accelerates up into turn 1 as well then here with Nosey, as this is going to be his 37th race start then of his career as well. For Nosey, he's had 13 podiums to his name as well, 4 fastest laps, and he's only had 5 DNFs in his career. Pretty impressive stuff indeed, isn't it, for Nosey, as he comes through the trademark turn on this circuit, which is turn 3 then, as the G-force can build up to about 5 Gs, can it? According to the graphic on F1 a couple of years ago anyway, but I might be a couple of years behind them. But I've got to say, I think the more G-force that you'll get, more G-force in these cars, as they are quite beasts, aren't they? I don't think you'll get as much G-force on the next cars, as they will not be as quick going through the turns out for the F1 2022 cars, which is the next, of course, the next F1 generation cars, and next F1 generation cars, which a lot of teams will probably be working on right now. And of course, one team will do have my fingers crossed for us, the Haas team, albeit they might be the Team Mazepin next season, won't they? Which I'm sure would absolutely delight everyone in the comments, won't it? But of course, I'm a big old Mick Schumacher fan. Oh, Williams around, and that's not good, is it? For Williams, Nosey just had a good old look there as he damaged the car of Williams. His teammate is in second fastest. Teammate should be safely through. We got a rubbish camera angle there, but that could be the end of Williams' attempts here. Let's see. He has, you know, and Williams is out of qualifying then, I feel, because they're going to be able to improve his time there. Pillars is retired from the session. Nosey goes third fast. That's a much better fist of things out for Nosey. Here comes Williams, and he is carrying on then. He's going to be limping home now, unfortunately. Diego on an outlap as well, and there's a lot of cars out on circuit at this stage of proceedings then, which is, I mean, it's good for us, isn't it? Of course, the more action the merrier, isn't it? I've got to stretch out my old knee then. I've been sitting in the same place for quite a lot of time. Oh goodness me, who was that? That was Jonathan there, just coming into view in the Renault. He hasn't got, say, a lot of time left, Jonathan has. He's got about 45 seconds there to get himself into around the start finish straight, and start his lap off as well. It's saying, I feel for Tango, he should be way harder than he is then. Yes indeed, and he should have won the Singapore Grand Prix, and possibly should have won a couple of other Grand Prix as well, Tango. I'm sure he's quick in Belgium as well, wasn't he? If my memory serves me right then. And TK, good evening, TK. Hope you're well, and of course, TK, it's great to see him in the comments as well. He'll be in action for silver tomorrow. Carboy goes across the line. He is third fastest. Good stuff indeed there. Into the pits comes Delaf, and he could be out. I think he is out of qualifying, unfortunately, as cars are now streaming across the line. And let's go on board Cowie. He is now 11th then on the grid. That is not enough to see him through. Then William is out of qualifying, and that damage has been critical for his position here in qualifying. Now, it could be crucial for his survival and goal. Then Cowie goes third fastest. Oh, I've run out of air. Which is surprising, isn't it? Because I'm full of hot air. Liam, is into turn 3. So I love that camera shot, by the way. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Diego is a 10th for a second, down on the first split time, and I think he is coming back into the pits, Diego is. So he is not exactly tearing the track on fire, is he? As he looks like he's on limp home mode now, isn't he, in the racing point as well. Serious Mushroom has just put a suggestion in about the Haas team, as they might be sponsored by Hooters. Which I gotta say, I do love a good Hooters. I think that the beer is absolutely lovely. On board then with Equals at the moment. He is down in 15th position, and Mr. Elite is 2/10 of a second up in the second split time as well. I think it's Emerson we're looking for. It is indeed. He's 8/10 of a second up then in the run as well. Diego's retired from the session. He is in 6th position, and it's out safe. Oh, it's going to be perilous, isn't it? But Pillars then is also in a perilous position as well. We'll see how they it's Knowles is also retired from the session as well. Racing Point are 5th and 6th. Good stuff indeed as Racing Point enters their final couple of races as a Racing Point in their history in ALR, then, which is a bit of a shame, really, isn't it? Racing Point's only been in for a couple of seasons. Emerson goes fast. He's the first driver into the 29s. Then Liam has gone 6 faster. I missed him there, but here comes Total Pete's locking up. Then out of fall turn. Total Pete's just about keeps it in bounds. Good stuff indeed. Then Mr. Lee has also come through as well. That's a strong performance for Mr. Lee. He is through into qualifying 3. Good stuff indeed. Then, however, it's and Mr. E-Cross is also through as well. What a final time there from E-Cross. And yes, he is also through. Wow, that was a good end to qualifying, wasn't it? And unfortunately, we have lost then Vaiku's down in 15th position. We've lost William down in 14th. Jonathan out of qualifying. Same with Pillars and Diego as well. Oh my word there. And I think those drivers are going to be very disappointed then. I think the Pillars and Jonathan and William, I would say, possibly would have, I would have said, should have been in the qualifying 3 perhaps. But of course, form and everything else, well, for me, is, I got to say, I'm pretty rubbish on the old, I'm predicting stuff, and but equals through into qualifying 3, good stuff indeed there for the Mercedes driver then. Lovely stuff, and now 2 Mercedes back into qualifying 3 then. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there from the Mercedes-Benz AMG Petronas team. Lovely stuff, then. As Equal's going to come in, and he is going to be third on the grid then. So just watch it. Oh my word, there is a Mr. Lee has just gone into that recovering Alfa Romeo car of P's there, and Mr. Lee has damaged the car. Luckily though, the mechanics can fix it, but they're not going to be too impressive, are they? We've just got Serious Mushroom. Good time from Equals. Vintage saying Pillars out. Wow. As Equals saying cheers. Very close indeed then, as Vintage is cheering team, and he drives for the Mercedes in the bronze on Tuesday nights, of course. Then, which is of course which the Hiltons guide us through that. Diego P11 GG. So I think that Diego will be quite happy with that. Everyone is on the soft tires in qualifying. It's gone through into qualifying 3 then, so they'll be on the soft tires for the race itself. Let's take a look at the bottom 5 drivers. And Vike out of qualifying. William down in 14th position. Now he damaged the car, didn't he, in turn 13 and 14, unfortunately, and because of that he broke his wing, and that was that. Jonathan down in 13th position. Pillars, quite a surprise to see him out there, and Jonathan and William in my opinion. And Diego is in the best possible start, and in terms of he can choose whatever tires he wants going into the race itself. And so good stuff indeed there for Diego as we approach qualifying 3. And whoopsie, let me get rid of those notifications. Oh, good gosh. Yeah, there you go. There's me just trying to get rid of them all, and I've just on them all. Oh goodness me, that's appalling stuff indeed. Then, oh, lovely shot there from Pisa's side pod. Then, absolutely spectacular stuff. Right, we're into qualifying 3 then. The rain it was sprinkling down at the beginning of qualifying 1 as completely dispersed or dissipated. I don't know. I'm using all these big words, and perhaps I should get my own dictionary out in a minute. But yeah, it's completely dispersed. It is gone. We had a bit of sunshine, and now we've got a lot of sunshine. Then on here it's Sochi, and out of the pits comes the double world champion. It is Emerson then, who comes out of the pits now. who is out of the pits, and of course there he is on the verge there of making history again, isn't he? He has got the most Grand Prix wins in any most Grand Prix in a single season of 10. Then he broke the previous record in the Singapore Grand Prix of 9, then, which was actually joint with him and Granty. So he has now got the most Grand Prix wins of the season then with 10. Then he has got the he's one pole away from the most poles, or the joint most poles in a single season, which will be him and Jonathan, equal on 9 then, as Pizzo is coming up right behind him as well. He is two podiums away from equaling the most podiums in a single season, which was set by Granty back in season 3. So yes, Emerson is having a record-breaking season, very much a Schumacher-esque season, isn't he? From 2004, brilliant stuff indeed there from Emerson. I think his Driver of the Day awards, he needs another 5 then to break that, which is set by Granty in season 3 as well. So he needs 5 Driver of the Day awards in the next 6 Grand Prix if he wants to break that. And I think fast laps as well. I think he's got joint 6 with Grant as well. I think Grant's also got 6. I'll see if I'm not very much mistaken. That's going off memory then, of course. And I think this season also hats off to the DNFs then, or lack of DNFs this season. Really good stuff indeed there. The most DNFs we had last season was 12. This season we have got the most we've got is 7. So that is absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. And hang on, let me get my calculator out. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So as long as that individual doesn't get any more DNFs between now and the remainder of the season, that shouldn't get broken, I don't think. So yeah, good stuff indeed then. The lack of DNFs has been absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then. So really good stuff. And of course the points deduction then, if you quit if you quit the race in the pit lane then, or anything like that, then of course you do get a minus 5 point deduction then available for the admins as well. And hopefully that has deterred some of the needless DNFs then that you get in your career. But of course it's easy for me to say, because I've got to say, when you're in the heat of battle and something goes wrong, it's very difficult to just down tools and call it a day. I must say, I was thinking about that in the Italian and the Belgian Grand Prix when I was driving in a bronze earlier on the season, because it was a horror show. I got to say, an absolute horror show. But I kept my cool as much as I did, albeit I was very lackluster on the old corner cuts in Belgium then, as I think I was just a bit furious, but that's why I'm called Ginger Rage. Serious Mushroom saying it's an easy one stop here, so soft's a good choice then indeed then. Yes, so yeah, I think it'll be soft to medium, or medium to soft then around here. Tyre wear, as we mentioned then, back in 2014, and Rosberg did one stop and basically did a whole race on the hard compound tyres, didn't he, really? And they didn't really lose much performance whatsoever then, so that kind of shows that tyre wear is not a premium around here. Jonathan saying he's good with qualifying down in 13th position there, but remember last week Emerson qualified 13th on the grid. I'm sure that was his lowest ever grid slot where he won a Grand Prix from. I'm not sure about that stat then, but I'll have to work that one out. But very impressive stuff indeed then, especially around Singapore. Pease comes across the line. He is fast. He's at 29.0800. Emerson is 3/1000 of a second slower. Look at how close it is as they come across the line. Nosey has done a 31, who is third in the World Championship. Carboy, who is second in the World Championship, has now got himself in the third position as well. They're coming through thick and fast here. Lovely stuff indeed. German out of the final turn, and German's starting us up then, as I was caught off guard there. Liam is still in the pits then. So what about Equals then? Equals is just coming into turn 18 as well. He's run out of a deployment then for Equals. He's 4th fastest in the Mercedes. Good stuff indeed. McLaren of Indian Jesus then is he's invalidated his time now. Indian Jesus has that, is it? Is he going to go for another run, or is he going to come in the pits and throw another set of soft tires? Has he got any left bet? Say with Mr. Lee as well. Of course, you get a new set of soft tires if you get through into qualifying 3. However, you don't get 2 new sets, and if you want to go for 2 runs, so you have to bring another set through with you into qualifying 3, of course. So it's all about tyre management, isn't it? And I wonder who drivers have got it right, and some drivers may have got it wrong then. German's also invalidated as well then, so there's going to be a lot of unhappy customers then in this first part of qualifying then. Cowie running a bit wide, not too wide, is he? As just on board now then with Cowie then. But Jonathan saying he's happy to get points then, so that's all I'm fine for. Pillar saying try something different, could have been worse then, as he is down in top position as well. Red Knights display team, when will I know when I'm needed for the races, as I want to join a team then. The admins will let you know, my good man, as long as you're in the Discord, and then of course the admins will throw it open then if a seat becomes available then. But of course keep your eyes peeled then. How it is near the end of the season there. So there may not be many seats up for grabs then, but there will be, if there is some reserve seats available then, of course, then you're always welcome to come and join, of course. We got Gordo saying, oh, so close then, and here comes Cowie out the final turn. He goes full fastest then, in the hard car then. Of course, there's been a lot of hard luck stories, hasn't there, this season? And as I'm watching Cowie, there's one of them that really springs to mind straight from the get-go. That is the Hungarian Grand Prix where Cowie dropped out of the session there, and really the AI cost him a race win. Maybe a podium at the very least, but a race win as well. So for Cowie then, so there's been a lot of unlucky stories. And same with Tango as well, as he probably as Tango should have probably won the Singapore Grand Prix as well. But nevertheless, so it's been a fabulous year for him. So last night, for 10 wins this season, his career's total is actually set to 28 Grand Prix wins and 19 pole positions. If he gets one today, that'll be his 20th pole of his career. I remember he did get his first pole position until the Japanese Grand Prix in his first season. So that is pretty impressive to say the least. His qualifying was very much his Achilles heel in season 2 and season 3, wasn't it? It was he really struggled on, but the season 4 and especially season 4 especially, he did really well with the qualifying, didn't he? And here today is just really ramming that home indeed. Then very good stuff indeed. And so it's much just underlining my statement there. Good stuff indeed. Then as Red Knight saying, I'll put my name down for reserve. Good stuff indeed. We'd love to see you in the race as well. Red Knight said, brilliant stuff, Ben. Of course, you might have to let me know if that is your gamer tag or PSN or I don't know, what do the cool kids call it these days? It is a gamer tag, it's not a PSN. I'm not too sure, but as long as you let me know what your name is as well, give me a wave in the comments then. I'll try and read them out as much as possible then, but of course it's quite nice though, actually. It's, the comments are coming in very nice and smooth fed. Of course, I think last week I don't even know what was going on in COBALT. I could hardly read half of what was going on. It was action galore on track in the comments. It was amazing, wasn't it? 5 minutes ago in this qualifying session, and as Sarah Smith said, Evan said it's almost as good as, is that McLaren there being a bit cheeky there of India Jesus as he squeezed out in front of Gurman, and also Cowie is just coming to the pitch as well. Remember, 4 minutes ago, this track is quite short, and it's about 90 seconds or so to get around here, albeit then when you're on a outlap, you're going to have to when you're on an outlap, then you have to be a bit, you have to give yourself a bit more time, because you do not want to wear the tyres out, do you? But yeah, Sirius Mushroom saying, emphasis almost because me. Sirius Mushroom has not missed a single Grand Prix in his silver career, which is absolutely amazing stuff, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed. I'll read out Sirius Mushroom stats tomorrow. I would read them out now, but I'm too lazy to bring up my second spreadsheet. Indian G said it's out on an outlap at the moment. We've got James Brooks in the comments as well. Interesting qualifying at the moment for the moment. Of course, Brooks, the driver in COBALT as well, and so it's great to see Brooksy in the stream as well. Welcome everyone. Of course, if you're joining, throw a comment in the old stream and I'll read them out. As long as they're all PG, then it's all good with me, and all that kind of stuff. But Indian Jesus is currently out on circuit as well. He's got the track all to himself, and 2 Mercedes have now emerged out of the garages onto the Sochi circuit, but Indian Jesus then is going to not be concerned about that because they're on the opposite side of the track then. So the one is Total P's on pole with this then. Total P's, I don't think this season he has had a pole position. I was going to say I don't think he has had a pole position, but he had a pole position back at the British Grand Prix. Pease did, didn't he? It was a great time indeed for Total Pease. He's only had 2 pole positions in his career. Can he get his third one here? It's not. And Tango's back in the session now, and away he goes then as well. And as now going to Jesus then, coming through to the phone as well as Red Knight saying, "How's life, Ben?" I'm not sure if you're talking to me or someone else, but well, my life's all right. I got to say, it's a bank holiday. I absolutely love a bank holiday. So yep, life is great then. Unfortunately, I do have to emerge from the man cave then tomorrow because I've ran out of snacks in crisps, so that's not good. But there you go. Let's hope it rains tomorrow, because if it's sunny, I'm going to be burnt to a crisp. I'm going to be like bacon on the tarmac. So someone's going to have to get a spatula and really peel me off the tarmac. We've got search for say PG Tips, PG Tips. That would do. I'm a big fan of the PG Tips actually. Great. They make great tea bags. Love it. I'm not a coffee man, to be honest, because it basically tastes like warm Pepsi to me, but unfortunately I need my Pepsi because I need my caffeine to get myself going, especially in the afternoon as well. Oh gosh, as we're now flying into turn number 4. No, we haven't. Turn number 5 as well, as Farf is I gotta say, Farf is an absolutely lovely admin, isn't he? He's very much really poking fun at Tango's expense here tonight, isn't he? As he has renamed him as Sir Disconnect as well. Brutal stuff there from Paula. But don't worry, guys. If Tango's in the comments tomorrow, which I'm sure he will be, I'm sure he would give Farf as good as he gets. That was the Tangoist cut off. He's going to be taking that lion down, is he? Indian Jesus then is into turn 13 and 14 as well. He's gone purple in the second split time. Whether that's a bona fide or not, we'll soon find out. Then Indian Jesus on set time just as he rides over the curb, so he's got time for another run. He will not have much deployment left in the car, so we'll see how that one goes then. But if he's given himself enough life in the tyres and he's given himself enough fuel to go for a second bite of cherry, then perhaps then Indian Jesus then this could be a banker lap. Let's find out. And out the final turn he goes third fast, and that just underlines his potential in that McLaren here tonight. Magnificent stuff indeed. Then he's in a 30 flat, 2/10 of a second away from Emerson. Great stuff indeed there. One of the Mercedes is down the back straight. The other Mercedes is also down the back straight as well. It's equals. He's 3100 second up at the Mercedes. He's 6 on the grid. Looking good at the moment there, isn't it? Great stuff indeed. Then as now as he comes into the turn at 16 as well, then accelerates away from equals head, and he has now got 2 corners to go. Then he's done a great job here. It's not equals as, hasn't he? And really making I think he's had a fine season. Equals out of the far turn. He improves by almost 2/10 of a second. Remains 6th, but he lowers the benchmark between himself and Knowlesy, who's just behind him. What about Liam? Liam is 7 fast, and he's just got whisker behind there. Mr. Elite then out of follow turn, and he goes 6 fast as well. Oh my word, then they're coming through thick and fast. Carboy is starting his lap as well. I need to calm down. And we've got German, who's gone at 6 fastest in the Haas car as well. Has he got enough time? He's gone for another bite of cherry then, and so is Total Peace. And the checker flag has fallen. It is fluttering. Indian Jesus has then validated his time. Unfortunately, he is third on the grid at the moment. Great stuff indeed there from Indian Jesus. Magnificent. Magnificent stuff indeed. Cowie coming down the back straight. He's almost 2/10 second up in the the first split time. The second split time is just here around this turn. 2-2-2. He's up there in the second split. Good stuff then from Cowie. Oh gosh, I got a toe fake. Oh wow. It's 2-0 though from Spurs as well. Then it's Song who's just put him 2-0 in front. Cowie's took too much curb unfortunately, and oh dear. And yes, Cowie has lost a lot of time and injured Jesus. Official days in third. Cowie is 5th at the moment. That is a crucial mistake then for Cowie. Is that going to cost there? Oh, and Knowlesy, that the car was over-rotating there. His gearbox was trying to overtake him. But Knowlesy is continuing on this forward motion then. We got Liam in the background. No, we haven't got equals in the background. Here comes Knowlesy. He is third in the World Championship out of final 30. 7 fastest then in the racing point. Equals is invalidated his time. That's it. That's him done and dusted there. 2/10 of a second up. Liam could be up into 8th position at the end of this run then. He is 2/10 of a second up in the second split time. Final turn. He is 8th fastest. Good stuff indeed there for Leo. Oh, it's Mr. Lee then. He's inches quicker. And it's, he's lost the time in the final section. Carboy, oh my goodness me, he is off in the wall. That's him. Emerson's on pole position. He's gone into Carboy. And Pease is on pole position then. Oh, and Pease, that's his second pole position of his season. His third pole position of his career in ALR. Right to the very end then. Look at how close it is. A 29.5 for Emerson as well. Nip and tuck there. 200 of a second separates Pease and Emerson. Pease is looking on it like a car bonnet tonight. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Pease. And that is pole position there for Pease on his second of his season as well there for Pease, and that's exactly what the Alfa Romeo team wants. That's exactly what Pease wants as well. Congratulations to Pease. He is going to be absolutely ecstatic in his cockpit, isn't he? Great stuff, Ben. Brilliant. So far saying what an end to qualifying. Brooks saying that was superb stuff indeed. Serious Russian, what an ending as well. 200 race there, throwing excitement, and it's only qualifying. Indeed it is. I'm going to have to take off my top in a minute because I'm absolutely sweating buckets. Look at that, 1500ths of a second separates Pease and Emerson there. And my word there, I've got to say Emerson has dominated this season. I think that it's been fair to say, really since the French Grand Prix of Season 4, he has really levelled up and gone on to his league of his own, hasn't he? But Next then, of course, he has claimed the World Championship, but the double World Champion, there's so many people lining up to take his crown next season, isn't there? The likes of Pease, the likes of Indian Jesus, we've got Cardboy as well, Gurman, Knowlesy, you can just keep carrying on the list. We've got Pillars in there as well. Looking forward to next season as well, but of course, we still got this season to come, and there's a lot of things still to play for in gold. The Constructors' Championship is still very much on the line. The battle for second and third, and to claim those 2 trophies are on the line as well. Who is going to be in gold then for next season? Who is going to be in silver for next season? There's musical chairs to play for as well. And we've got 6 more races to go in this race. So TK reckons that silver's going to be a wet race then as well. Oh, my word there. Serge Russell saying, stop teasing, Sean then. Equal saying, bottled it. Good luck in the race then. Silver always gets rain. It's Farf's fault then. Yeah, I've got to say, I think that Farf does kind of like, I think he amends the weather, doesn't he? Farf does. Of course, he would never do that, would he? But yeah, I think that it's very, we seem to always get rain, don't we, in Silver? Very much said. So now then we're just counting down to the start of the Grand Prix here in Rushden. There's no rain on the in the sky at the moment, is it? It's a beautiful day out there. You two would absolutely love it. I certainly do anyway. As we count down to the start of the Grand Prix as well. And I just thought I really want a fruit corner, to be honest. I've been craving a fruit corner for the past week. I'm just too lazy to go and get one. I like the strawberry ones, to be honest, and absolutely lovely stuff. Right, 20 cars, 27 laps around the Russian Grand Prix. Here are the starting tyres, and the top 12 are on the soft tyres. The top 10 are on the tyres, which say Liam is left for session. No, goodness me. He needs to get back in at pronto then. Luckily, it's on the formation lap then. So the top 12 are on soft tyres then, and then we got the top 10 who are on the same used soft tyres they set in qualifying too. Their fastest time. William is on the soft tyres along with Gunnar and Tango as well. Medium tyres then for Jonathan, for Delaf, for Kenty, Dynamo Dan and Dan Murphy as well. Let's go for the grid. Not a hard tyre inside then. Let's go for the grid. Over from front to back then. So Pease, his third pole position of his career, his second pole position of the season as well. Good stuff deep there for Pease. Lovely stuff out for now for a male driver. Emerson is in second then. Indian Jesus is in third. Carboy in fourth and trying to strengthen his hold on second position in the championship. He's had a magnificent season, Carboy has. Cowie in front of his teammate Gurman in fifth and sixth then. Haas in silver won this race last season, didn't he? It was Liam who won this race last season, so he'd love to get back in his car, won't he? Knowles in seventh position. There's Liam in eighth position now. He needs to get back in his car pronto. Mr. Elite in ninth. Equals in 10th position as well. I've got an invitation for Favre. 11th position is Diego. 12th position is Pillars. Let's see how far he can get himself up through the field then. 13th position is Jonathan on the medium tires in the Renault. 14th is William. Mike in 15th then. Delaf in 15th. 16th position is Gunnar. Kente in 17th position now. Dynamo down in 18th in the second. Williams. Tango very unlucky in qualifying there. As unfortunately disconnections really cost him, didn't they? And Dan Murphy lost his keys, so it's Alfa Romeo. He is in 20th position in the Alfa Romeo. And now then, here we go then for the start of the Russian Grand Prix then. As we said, then this is around 17 out of 22 then. The longest season in ALR history then as well, with 22 races. Well, actually the same as last season really, but next season we're going to have 23 Grand Prix seasons anyway. So here we go then. So it's saying, what is it? What's the name there? Delaf. He is having a Delaf fed in 15th position. Vike is that. Of course, I hats off to Vike because he does vote for gold, doesn't he? And I think he's been a bit unlucky. He has scored a point, hasn't he? Well, he scored more than a point, and he scored he scored a point in his debut race in the British Grand Prix. Unfortunately, he's had 3 DNFs in a row, hasn't he? But I think the Vike is I think he's done commendably well, actually. Vike hasn't. He's improved. He's very much improving the more he gets used to this ALR bunch, doesn't he? Right then, Dan is lined up on 20th on the grid as well. Good luck all from Serious Mushroom. The Red Knights can't wait for the rain as well. I don't mind rain in Japan. They called Serious Mushroom won the Grand Prix, didn't they? It's right then. The 5 lights are on then as we're on board then with Total Pizza. I'm just waiting for the lights to waiting for the revs to come on then. On board now. There are the revs and here we go. Round 17 of Gold. The Championships decided then, but that we got much more to come, and now we go. And look, Pease there was going beautifully well there. And it's probably the worst place to have pole position, isn't it? Here in Russia, you got such a slippery as they come down. It's so, and that Ferrari's getting very wayward. Look at him squealing from left to right there in the background as the Pease claims the lead then. And Carboy almost came to go pro serve Indian Jesus then. And look at this, Gurman's on a fantastic start. He's on the outside of Carboy. Look at him, but he's got off to to stay in form. No, he isn't. He landed on the inside. Wow, what a maneuver there, but he's gone wide. Is Cowboy going to go back up and under? Nope, he keeps the position as well. On a very clean start now. Hansen debris from any car. And look at this. His Pillars has now moved up into 8th position. Good 17. 9th position is Nosey. William has had a great start. He's in 10th position. Oh, a lovely 17. Let's take a look at the position change as well. William at 4th position. He took off like a scored a cat. Same with Pillars as well. We've got Tango now up in the 7th division. He's also flying as well. Diego has had an appalling start. He's down 4. Same with Liam as well. And that's a shame there for Liam because he's got happy memories of this race. That's something race here in ALR. He just dropped down the orders right now. Pillars is all over the back of Equals. 3 positions of Gurman. He's had a great start, and he's now all over the back of Emerson, who is second at the moment. And look at this. We're coming down then into the chicane of turn number 13 as well. Up the inside then. Oh, goodness me, then. Very close there. We've also got Jonathan, who's got past Liam now. Jonathan, oh, goodness me. Jonathan has answered turn out there. He's gone wide. Jonathan has and Vike there. Goodness me, then we've got a great scrap there. Look, that's Pillars and Equals, and Jonathan and Vike are fighting. And Jonathan in 13th position. And look at this. It's going to be free or wide, is it? Jonathan has the high ground. He has the position. He is up into 13th. Good 17. Murphy also get up 3 position as well. And that one completed that as we have got, let me just get back to the tires there. Gurman's up into a fantastic third position. Good something there. So just watch now. Look at this. There's a lot of slipstream going on there. And Tango and Diego are fighting as we come down into turn number 2. And having a look then, but no does one. And Murphy up in 7th position as well. Canetti is in trouble there. He's coming to the pits and Pease is leading them, but he is not out of the DRS zone just yet. He's still 6'10", so a second in front there. Villiers has got past Nosey. He's moved up into to 9th position. As Nosey is really strong on this opening lap here, isn't he? On those soft tires, Nosey is very much on the back foot at the moment, isn't he? He is almost on the. He's almost outside the points already. A long race to go, then, isn't it? So do not go anywhere, folks. As of course, if your favourite drivers had a bad start, do not worry about that. And penalties can be a premium around here. There, you've got to make sure you do not run too wide. There, that's one of the quarters there, which is being monitored there. As if you run too wide, then you will get a 3-second penalty if you keep transgression. Then, just watch then as serious question. Try to see Tango's helmet there. Goodness me, we'll have a look at Tango's helmet in just a few moments. There, we're just staying on board at the moment with Infamous Pillars. He's got up in the 7th position. Good start there. Cowie is just in front of us, and NJG's is just in front of us as well. McLaren do need some good points there tonight, and both McLarens are in the points as well. A strong start indeed there for the McLaren team. Emerson is now half a second away. Oh, goodness me, Liam is in the wall in a big way. DRS has been enabled, and Liam now, I'm not sure if he had a helping hand or what. Luckily for Liam, or just about then, he has got a virtual safety car, but that is a major blow for Liam. He's in the pits then, and goodness me, then I'm not sure if we've got a helping hand then, but whatever the case may be, he's coming into the pits now, and let's see then. Mercedes Mechanics going to work, and he is going onto the hard tires until the end of the race. Similar to Nico Rosberg. Oh no, Liam is out of the Grand Prix, as he is not a he's not a happy bunny about that as we're on board Tango. And that's a lovely helmet there from Tango then. Your wish is my command, Serious Mushroom. Good stuff indeed. As Serious Mushroom said, I bet that was a bit scary in a VR then. And what a shame there for Liam then. I think hopefully he'll come back in the session pronto then, because this race, I don't think it's not over yet, is it? It's definitely not over, because I expect safety cars still. Yeah, this Liam is back in the session. Good stuff indeed there for Liam. He is back in the race then, as he is now coming out of the pits as well. And so Liam there, he's going on the hard tires now to the end of the race, and he got Kente, who's just near him as well. Jonathan's got the first penalty of the afternoon, and look at this, and now it's Infamous Pillars on the outside track position. He takes over Cowie's 6th position there, and Pillars is making his way through the field. He's gone from 12th to 6th in the matter of 3 laps. Magnificent stuff. The Williams team are going to be absolutely magnificent stuff indeed there. And just for saying that he's got that helmet, but it's just in yellow, as we was just on board then with Tango. Tango's up in 13th as well, and so a lot of drivers are coming from the field, and 2 drivers have got penalties. Well, Knowles has got penalty, as well as John for that. Goodness me. And of course, I was expecting Nosey to have a penalty. Goodness gracious me. On board now then with Pillars then. So we got Pease leading the race then. Second position at the moment is Everton. He's 6/10 of a second away with Gurman in third position. Carboy's got a 3-second penalty. My word then, there's a lot of penalties going on from two of those drivers that got penalties. I wasn't expecting that at this stage of the season. Race, I should say. Oh my word there. And as Emerson there has got DRS said, this is the first real attempt in the DRS said after we had a virtual safety car last time out then, which is why we didn't get we didn't really get the full. Oh my word! As Tango is snuck through, he's got past John for the highest of the medium runners in 13th position. So the medium tires are not coming to fruition just yet. And we've got Equals who's now moved up into ninth position. William is now gone up into 8th position as well. Good stuff indeed. Then Equals jumped down to 9th, and that Ferrari is using a different part of the track. We don't rent that part. William then is now in 8th position. He's having a great solid start to the race, and good stuff indeed. Then just taking a look up and down there. See, Jonathan's got a 3-second penalty. Same with Equals as well, and that is not good at all. Serious Rich said that this track is horrid for penalties, and unfortunately we have seen a couple of drivers that already full foul to that, haven't they? Look at this, and now we got to Carboy, and now we got into Jesus, and we got Pillars as well. Then there's Pillars is the star of the show at the moment. He's flying through the field. Tango's going from 19th to 12th as well. Magnificent start indeed. Back on board then with Pillars, and he got 2nd position last time out, didn't he? He'll have to get on the podium again, won't he? Pillars said, because of course that'll be his 2nd podium of his career in ALR, and really having a good end to the season, which could potentially put him on a strong start for next season. Remember, where he would love to have a full season in ALR where he can challenge Emerson for that title, of course, in F1 2021. Of course, unfortunately, the title is, fortunately for Emerson, unfortunately for us, the title has already been won. Then Emerson is the earliest ever driver to win the ALR Gold World Championship. As we're going down into turn 1, India Jesus is going on the outside. Then it looks like DRS not too powerful at this stage of proceedings, then, is it? But Carboy has gone wide. Then Carboy then is now under the caution, and look at this, India Jesus on the outside. Oh, contact there, and Carboy is having to yield then. Injured Jesus over the 4th position. They're really enforcing the issue there. And now we've got Pillars and who's on the inside, but he has to yield again there. As Carboy is not going to lose 2 positions there in the middle. A couple of corners. Goodness gracious me. And now then Pillars is all over the back of Monday as we're coming in to turn number 8 as well. And I think that's turn number 8. I don't really know where we are on the track really. Goodness gracious me. So the gap at the front then is 3 seconds separates the first 3 and the rest of the drive so far. Indian Jesus has now overtaken Carboy. Let's see how much pace he's got. Tango's off the session. Oh no, Tango's just had a great start to the race there after 5 laps, so he's unfortunately not lagged out, and he's got issues as he's come back into the oh goodness me, he's left the session there as well. Oh gracious me. Oh, good. Oh, and he's gone for the old switch back there, hasn't he? Pillars has. He's up the inside. Is he got it though? That's a very horrible off-camber turn there, is it? It's not very good for overtaking point of view. Cowie's also involved as well. Where are they? There they are then. And the Carboy is still in the position. And Carboy is really struggling, isn't he? He's already out of DRS range, and he's only was overtaken last lap at turn 3. Goodness me, and he is struggling for the grip out there, isn't he? Here in Russia. As we're on lap 6 now. Look, there's the McLaren. Look at them flying past me. And there's they're abreast. Going into turn number 2, and now Pillars is up into, and Carboy has lost 2 positions there, and Tango's back in the session, and Carboy has lost 2 positions though. Oh my word, there he is struggling. Carboy's at this stage of the race, and he's dropping down like a stone at the moment, isn't he? Murphy now into 15th position then, and Cowie is up to 6th, and Cowie very much striking whilst the iron's hot then. Gap in the front is still 6th second. German is dropping back. He's now almost a second behind Emerson then, and his total piece and Emerson there is out in front on their own at the moment, and the rest of them are kind of just waving and goodbye. They're disappearing off into the distance. The front 2 is Cowie's has got a penalty there, and that was a racing point well off the track there. I think that was Nosey having a couple of issues as well, and look at this, and now is William who's on the outside, and Carboy is in major trouble. Has he got damage, or is he just struggling there? Is it the race? Is it the setup there, or what's going on with Carboy? He is really struggling at this stage of proceedings as well. Now Williams all over the back of him, and look at this, there's for a slipstream going down then as well. And look at this, and look at this video there. Oh goodness me, he is forcing him wide. Then Carboy is trying to sell the inside, then touching, they're banging wheels, and Williams down due at 7th position, then Carboy dropping down into 8th. Then we've got TK saying so unlike Carboy to take a penalty. It's very unlike Carboy, isn't he? He's really struggling. He may remember drivers do have bogey circuits, don't they? And I wonder if this might be one of Carboy's bogey circuits, but he is really struggling then, so it's very uncharacteristic for Carboy. He is dropping down the order then, and Nosey is also struggling as well. Then he has got very much out of shape, hasn't he? But look at this, it's the battle for the lead. Then Emerson has run out of road at the moment now, going into turn 1 then. Is he going to have a better run then off the off turn 2 as well? And look at this, and he's going underneath Pete, and look at this, he's going on the inside. Look at this, what a shot then for the Renault. Look at this, he's also adjusting the steering wheel as well. They're fighting, there's banging wheels. The gloves are off, the championship is done, but Emerson still wants race wins. He's going on the outside, and they're fighting. Pete is not giving him an inch there, there, and wow, and he repels the attack there between Pease and Emerson. Magnificent racing there from both drivers. Hats off to him as well. A bit of wheel banging, but we love it. That is brilliant stuff indeed there from both drivers. Hats off to him indeed then. Oh, amazing stuff, Ben. It's now Emerson now, it feels like he's got a bit between his teeth, and with Gurman now also on the prow as well. I think Emerson needs to get this job done quite quickly there. Otherwise Gurman is going to strike, and Pease is really on the back foot. Now it's wheel to wheel going down into 13. Emerson takes the lead there, but Pease is locking up the inside there. Emerson is trying to force the issue there, but Pease is back on the inside. He still has the position. He has the position. Oh my word there. Emerson is now going for the old switcheroo. This is fantastic racing. This is absolutely mega stuff. Emerson is going up and under, and look at this. So Pease still has the advantage, but now he's got the short run into 17. He's on the inside. He's got the position. He has got the lead of the Russian Grand Prix, and Gunner's got a 3-second penalty. Emerson leads the Russian Grand Prix on lap 8. What an incredible series of corners there from Pease and Emerson. Hats off to them both. Car boys in the pits. Now Gurman's turn as well. Or is it because look at this, we're coming down into turn 1. I've got rubbish camera angles left, right and centre. And look, oh, Emerson's going on the inside. Pease locks up. Oh, there's contact. And Gurman and Emerson there coming to blows as well as we're coming for turn 3. Oh, great, incredible stuff indeed. Gurman's down in the second position. Pease is back in the lead then. Emerson down into 3rd. This is what we want to see then. We got Pease, we got Gurman, we got Emerson. All Grand Prix winners in ALR. All pole positions, all pole sitters in ALR as well. Fighting for the race win then. And 3 seconds back is Pillars. There he is, and Pillars has got past Engine Jesus unbeknownst to me. And now then, we might have a 4-car battle for the race win here in Russia. What a magnificent start to the Grand Prix. Absolutely mega stuff indeed. And I've got to sit down a minute. Oh, my word. So I was trying to say, the nature of this track is hard to avoid, isn't it? Yes, indeed it is. Of course, you run wide there. A lot of these penalties just for running wide, isn't it? Because you kind of got a car pit, like a car park on the outside of the turn. Incredible 17. I've raced with Carboy for a little over a year, and so normally the cleanest driver on the grid there from TK. Then, as yes, indeed, that's so very unusual for Carboy. He is the first driver to come in the pits, and he's got another penalty as well. Carboy, he's struggling with that car. Is there a problem with the handmill? That AlphaTauri, whatever the case may be, he is really on the back foot. Pillars is flying through the field. He is now up into 4th position, as we just mentioned there. He is at 2.2 seconds back then as the race is coming across the lines again. We're now on lap 9 in. Who's going to blink first? Who's going to come in the pits? And who is going to take that? Who's going to be in the lead after this? Another slingshot then going up into turn 1 as well. Pease there is leading the Grand Prix, but Gurman there would love to go for another Grand Prix win in his ALR career. He has got 2 wins already this season. That's the Haas driver, the silver Grand Prix, the silver world champion as well. Gurman is he is the one of a few drivers. I think he's the first driver in ALR history to win in gold, silver and bronze. Fantastic, isn't it? And now Gurman is showing some teeth as he's had 2 races out of an injury. He is back in action there, and he has come back with a bang, hasn't he, in the Haas, and that's exactly what the Haas team needs, as they were struggling in the constructors, haven't they? And Gurman there is very much a disappointing qualifying down in 6th position, but my word, there absolutely electric start, and now he is up into 2nd position now, really pushing Pease to the limit and beyond there, but Pease has still very much got the I got the advantage at the moment. Brilliant stuff, Ed. Indeed, that is serious. Must say this is much better than Portimao in Portugal. It was a good race. I quite enjoyed Portugal, the Portuguese Grand Prix, but yeah, it wasn't a cracker, was it? Not like this one. My word, this is fantastic, isn't it? And yes, as already mentioned in the build-up to the show, this is one of the better races to watch in ALR. I absolutely love this circuit on ALR. Just spectating anyway. I hate racing it, as you're going to find out on Tuesday. So we're now coming through the turn 16 and 17. No, then 17, 18. Look, they're on the pit stop, but Gurman is fading into the pit there. Pease is the first driver to come in the pit there for the top 3. Is anyone else coming in the pit there? Just keep an eye on the classification tower on the left-hand side. It's just Pease at the moment there. And now then, and Emerson is going to have DRS as well. Gunner's got he's got a 3-second penalty as we're on lap 10, 17 laps to go there. In the background, Injured Jesus is very much under the caution, and Cowie is up in the 4th position. Strong performance for both Haas cars tonight. Really good stuff indeed. That Mr. Lee is a roll over the back of Equals, but he's run out of road then, and he has dropped down the order. Then Pease is coming out. Where's he going to come out then? In the Alfa Romeo then. He should be out then. He's out in 14th position now. He's got a lovely clear bill of road as well, by the looks, hasn't he? He's got Vikes just up the road actually in the Ferrari. So Pease there is going to have to get past him pronto. We've also got Carboy who's right underneath the rear wing of Gunnar as well. Gunnar still on the soft tires that he started the race on. We got Tango also coming out of the pits as well, and Tango for the undercut. Liam down in 20th position at the moment. Gurman running very wide at the moment, isn't he? Now Emerson is on the prowl. Look in the background. Pease has got another 3 tenths of a second out of the top 2 at this moment in time then. Oh my word then. Oh my word then, yes, so Pillars is now, look at that, he's gaining, that's another 10th as well, so it's down 4 tenths of a second then since we last started to monitor the gap there, well since he last got past Indian Jesus fading in this stage of the Grand Prix, isn't in the McLaren. Gurman there is really strong in the technical part of this lap here. I think that Emerson's got his tires are very much under control there. Is it the thermal degradation or is it just the grading of the tire here tonight then? Well, I'm not too sure about that one, but into the pits comes Gurman. Emerson is staying out there. So he is doing the opposite. Into the pits comes P. Oh, Gurman's got a 5-second penalty. Oh my goodness me, the silver world champion has had some. Oh no, and that's going to cost Gurman the race win, I feel here tonight. That is the problem, isn't it? That's the pressure, isn't it? When you're very much in a vow for the race as well. Williams staying out, then Jonathan is now in 4th position as well. Oh, Tango's left for section again, and he's having a nightmare today. Gurman's coming out of the pits while the Williams mechanics have got to work absolutely nice indeed. Where is Total Pease? And also in the pits as well. I don't have a clue what's going on. And here comes Total Pease. He is now he has got past Gurman and Pillars. And look at the power of the undercut here. My goodness me. Look, they're coming out of the pits now. Vike is just in front of him, and Vike is still on the new medium tire, on the old medium tires. So Pease is going to go up and under. Look at that. He's a jar. I can't believe they adjust the steering wheel as he's going for an overtake at the turn 3. I haven't got the brake capacity to go through turn 3. Magnificent stuff there from Pease. He is up in 2-7 position. There's his teammate Murphy in front then. He is on the original tires, which he said is which he started this race on. And hopefully there'll be a bit of calm in this race, because I don't feel I can keep up all this intensity. Magnificent stuff indeed then. Injured Jesus is currently in 11th position now. He is just coming to the pits. Cardboard came to the pits a couple of laps earlier. Hopefully he'll be a bit more happier on these medium tires, because he was struggling on those softs at the beginning of this race, wasn't he? Very much falling down the order. He is back up in the 12th position. We'll keep an eye on Cardboard's progress. Lovely helicam shot. Look at this. Gunner's gone wide, and that means that Nosey doesn't need another invitation. He is through up into 13th position now. Gunner is one of only 4 drivers that are now on the 5 drivers on the soft tires. Dynamo down. It's under it's under pressure as well, because Mr. Elite has got through into the pits. There comes the double world champion. It's Emerson in the pits. He's looking for the black and yellow overalls. There they are. He's into the pits. Car 21 there. Thrown on the medium tires now to the end of the race. Oh, he's been held up by the Haas car, so that was not the perfect stop that the Renault team wanted. Jonathan takes the lead of the Russian Grand Prix as he is out of the pits as well. And let's go. The Tango's there for session as well. Todd Pease is leading the Grand Prix. Where is Emerson then? Emerson's going to be out behind then his battling rivals then. And there's Pillars as well. And look, Pillars flying out in front of us now. Murphy has just dropped down the order then, so we've got to have a couple of cars that are on a different strategy here, which is also going to get involved then. And Emerson now out in 7th position. He's going out. He's got a lap younger tires on those medium tires. How crucial is this going to be? Now Pillars has gone from attack to defence, and here is Emerson, and he is having a cracking couple of races, isn't he, at the moment? Magnificent stuff indeed that as Indian G said, it's now behind at Cowie. Cowie then out in 6th position there. I think the problem that Gurman's got, though, he has got that 5-second penalty, so that is crucial in this race then, and I feel that that could cost him a podium here, depending on how this one goes then. On board now then with Emerson, and he's dropping back slightly. Infamous Pillars needs to get past Vike there. Delaf. So Delaf at the moment there is not coming to the pits, nor has Murphy, and nor has Jonathan either. So those drivers there are against the grain at the moment. Jonathan he does have a 6.5 second advantage over Total Pease, though. So I think Jonathan's going to go for a couple of laps more then. I reckon he'll probably be aiming between a lap, oh goodness me, between lap 18, 19 or 20 perhaps. Gurman's got past Murphy, and that's a good that's definitely. Oh, did he go to the back of Vike there? And Pillars there before he went to the back of Vike, that was very hair and scare, wasn't it? And look at this, and he is now all over the back of that Ferrari as well, and look at how much time he's losing. And of course this is the perils as they're coming in the pits early, and of course anyone that goes long then, this could really hurt Pillars, can it? And look at that McLaren getting very squirrely out to turn 50, turn 18. My word. Oh, I love. Oh, Emerson is going. He's in the middle. It's free and pressing. As Delafair is still. And look, Emerson is past them both. He is up into fifth position there. And what I'm going to do with Emerson, a double slipstream, double DRS. He is double his position. He is up into fifth. That don't make sense, but let's carry on. Emerson is up into fifth position then. Half a second and a half away from Murphy in fourth. And so Emerson now up into fifth position there. Pillars is not going to be too happy about that. Of course, Delafair was had every right to maintain his position though, because he was not a lap car. He is on a different strategy, isn't he? But Pillars there is going to be ruined as well. Jonathan's got a penalty there, and that is going to be that is going to be that's costly as well, isn't it? So we're like with German then. Pease has got a 2.2 second gap over German then. Murphy is now in full position, and Emerson now. Remember that these two came to blows, didn't they? Back in, I think it was the early stage of season 3, but I don't think that should be the case here tonight. He's up the inside, past his position then. Murphy down to fifth position now. Here comes Pillars in at 6 as well. Injured Jesus got past Vikel, my word, just about though, as they was getting a bit too close there. Injured Jesus and Vikel was into turn 13 and 14 as well, and Pillars is struggling to get through the traffic. I don't think the traffic is falling very kindly on Pillars at this stage, and look at how much time he's losing. He's already a second. He's out of the DRS zone of goodness me, he's out of the DRS zone of Emerson here. This is crucial part of the race there. Yellow flag in 3. One of the Williamses has had some issues. I think it's Dynamo down in 17th position there. He is on very old medium tyres there. Pillars now in the 6th position there, but it's the traffic that is costing him here. Pillars he is now 1.1 seconds behind Emerson in this stage of proceedings as well, and now accelerates on the way in 5th position then. Pease is only 4 seconds away from Jonathan, but German is the man on form at the moment there, isn't he? Back on board then with Pillars, and let's see what he can do now. He's in clear red out, so I think Pillars is going to be ruining that traffic in that stage of the Grand Prix. Reed and Albertor into the pits comes Dynamo Dan then. He's down in 18th position there, so unfortunately not sure what happened to Dynamo Dan, but he's had to take a visit to the pit lane as well. Nosey's strung at the moment now, and of course at the moment now we'll see how that plays out then. The man who's firm the World Championship, but he's got equals on his tail now. Equals on a solid race for the Mercedes team. Absolutely loving life, isn't he? Although at the moment there, and let's go to this battle, shall we? Look, there they are then. We got Mr. Lee, we got equals, and we got Knowlesley in a 12, 13 and 14 minutes. No points are on the line for this battle at the moment in this stage of the race. However, that is going to change in the that's going to change then when the other drivers come in the pits as well. I think that all the drivers that is on the alternative strategy will now be as Delafair has gone ghosty there, and so we got Cardboy has now got up into ninth position, and we're of course going back to the alternative stoppers. Then I think Jonathan will be coming in, and the likes of Jonathan and Murphy and Vike will be coming in slightly later. Then they probably is Murphy's in right now. Goodness me, I know absolutely nothing. He's coming into the pits, and Dan is. Let's see. I think he'll be in on the soft compound tyres then. That should get him into the end of the race then. On board then with Delafair, we got William then, who is 4 tenths of a second back in the there from Delafair, and Delafair is going along in this race, and there's Knowlesy and Co in the background. Murphy is on the soft tires in the races. I'm gonna go now in Delafair, and William has damaged the car, because I think Delafair got out of shape, and William has damaged the McLaren, and that is a huge blow then for William. Is it? Yeah, it's a lot of damage as well, and William there is not going to be very happy, is he? But unfortunately, that is what that's the name of the game, really, isn't it? Because if you're on older tyres, which Delafair is, then he got on the course, unfortunately, he just had a bit of wheel spin, and that has really hurt him, hasn't it, for William there. It was on course there for some major points in this race, but not any. Well, he still can be, but his pace is really going to be hurting now, isn't it? Now where's now equals who's just catching to the back of that Delafair and William Bell. Then there's Knowlesy just in front of us. Mr. Lee is 7 tenths of a second behind us. Murphy has got a 8 second window now to really put his toe down then in the Alfa Romeo then. So Murphy there is going to be quite quick at the end of this race then, but so soft tire is going to get to the end for Murphy. He's very much like a Perez, isn't he? He's very Twinkle Toesy-esque, isn't he, Dan is? So let's see if we can get him to the end then. Into the pits. There comes Jonathan there after lap 15. I'm quite surprised how early they're coming in, to be honest, but just shows that I know nothing about strategy. Jonathan in the pits then for the Renault team then, as we got Williams in the pits then. So Jonathan coming in the pits, he starts right on his marks there onto the soft tires now to the end of the race there for the British Italian driver. Renault have done their part then. Let's see what he can do. And so Vike then is just hanging it out still, isn't he? In the And the Ferrari is like Knowlesy as well, and so we're on board now with Knowlesy 7/10 of a second back. Then gap at the front is 1.3 seconds. Gurman is going like a steam train at the moment. He does have that 5-second penalty. That is crucial to this race at the moment for Gurman. Is he going to be able to catch past Pease and get 5 seconds in front? That's a tall order. He got that penalty, didn't he, for speeding in the pits. Gurman's going to be kicking himself for that one. Emerson 2.3 seconds back at the moment. He's extending his pit stop window, hasn't he? So he's got 2 laps bare tyres in Pease and 1 lap bare tyres in Gurman as well. Infamous Pillars there is dropped down in full position. He had issues coming through the traffic there. Cowie in 5th then. Injured Jesus in 6th then with 7th position Cardboy. 8th position is this battle here between Delaf and Knowlesy, and Equals also in the battle as well. And Mr. Elite just on the outskirts as well. Jonathan is 12th position now. So Jonathan there could potentially get some major points here. He's going to be quick on those soft tires, isn't he, in the race? Now Knowlesy's up and under then. And Via Delaf coming down the back straight there. But Knowlesy's passing. He's got the DRS. Look at the background. There's a Ferrari who is looking very interested in the background as well. Look at how much they lock up there. Knowlesy going a bit wide there, but he should have a position. He has the newer tyres, doesn't he, than Delaf. So I think there's Delaf really showing that Williams got, unfortunately, this is a nightmare race now for Williams. He was on a strong Grand Prix up until that issue. And Delaf coming into the pits. He's the final runner side to come in, who started on the medium tyres. So let's see where Delaf then comes out later on in this race set. And now into the final turn then. And Equals in opposition there. Mr. Elite in 10th position. Good stuff indeed from those drivers. And they fly past it, and here they are, goodness me. And Knowlesy's taken off there. He's in front of the DRS there, quite away in front of the DRS. And Equals has dropped down into 10th place there, because Mr. Elite is up in the 9th there. Good performance indeed. Mr. 9th is 9th in the World Championship, isn't he? Remember, he finished 2nd in the World Championship third in the World Championship last season, didn't he, Mr. Elite? But this season there, but I think that, of course, he also got a couple points as well, Mr. Elite led last season. But this season, he's been a very solid driver, hasn't he? He hasn't hit the heights of last season, Mr. Elite hasn't. But still, I think it's a very strong performance indeed then. Seriously saying that Gurman has had his robotic shoulder fitted then. And we have also got Sam saying that Emma's just made that look very easy indeed then. So Seriously also informing Sam that unfortunately Gurman has a 5-second penalty for that speed in the pit infraction there. And at the moment now it's going to drop him down to 4th in the race standings then. As we got William, who's just moved up into 16th position there. Is Canetti has dropped down in 17th in the Red Bull. Both Red Bulls are there outside the points at the moment. Unfortunately for those two, that's which is a big shame for the Red Bull team. No, they kind of needed some points here today, but that is not going to be the case unless they get a late safety car or something dramatic happens in this Grand Prix. There's a lot already happened in this Grand Prix. It's been a very mega race to say the least. That is, now we've got William then, who's all over the back, and he is coming through the field like a freight train at the moment, isn't he? William is he's right underneath the rear wing of the Mercedes driver, and he is trying to get some points, or trying to find get as many points he can in the McLaren. He's in the relegation zone. Look, oh goodness me, and Canetti there followed William through there, and Liam had to take a base of action. He's on the hard tires there. Liam is really against the grain, isn't he? After the damage he sustained earlier on this race, he causes right underneath the rear wing of Mr. Elite again. Then. So Mr. Elite has not ran in high then, because he's still got very similar pace. And again, a lovely shot here from the steering wheel. And look at how much information the drivers have to digest, and it's absolutely incredible. Serious Russian, go on, Pease lad, who currently leads the race. Of course, and Pease is now coming under attack now from Gurman. Gurman does have a 5-second penalty, so even if he overtakes Pease, he has to get 5 seconds in front. Then Tango is left for session, and Tango, who's having a nightmare race, isn't he, because of the hard drive issues, he's down in 18th at the moment. Now Tango is what a shame there from the AlphaTauri driver. And Equals then, who's just drawn back slightly then, as we're into the middle part of the lap around here. Williams' next target then is Delaf, who's just come out of the pits, and unfortunately that was the driver where he went into the back of earlier on this race. And there's Delaf has got some penalties as well, but he's now got 11-second gap then. So the soft runners of William Canetti and Delaf and Murphy are going to be quite quick at this end stage of the race then. So keep an eye on those drivers. They are going to be aiming for some points, I have no doubt about that. Oh my word then, is look at this, as Equals is just pushing Mr. Elite now to get on with it. Turn 60 then in the Ferrari, as Equals can probably see that Renault car, that bright Renault car there, they're really coming into the game as well now. As Gurman's got another penalty, that is crucial. That's 8 seconds worth of penalties Gurman has now, and now he's going to drop him down further, because I think that's behind his teammate now, Cowie as well. Tango's back in the section. I've got to say, good stuff for Tango. And look at this, and his equals has now got past Mr. Elite. Mr. Elite and Jonathan now go, oh, and Jonathan there and the steered into the Ferrari, and Mr. Elite had to steer over. Jonathan having a 10th position now, and let's see then if Jonathan can get past equals. Right, he's going to have a lunge. Oh my word, that door's always going to close there for the British Italian driver, and the Ferrari is going back over under Jonathan, back on board with Mr. Elite, and this is the battle for points. At the moment, Mr. Elite has no penalties there, so he could just sit behind these two drivers and get promoted back into the points as well from Mr. Elite. He just needs to play it smart here, doesn't he? He needs to play it smart here, doesn't he, Mr. Elite? Williams now got past Delafin as these two drivers have become a bit of rivals in this race, haven't they? But William now up into 14th position now. What a shame there for William now, because he was on course for some major points then here tonight. It's not the case anymore. I think that he needs some kind of safety car or something like that. This is the battle for lead then, but no, Bill, let's go back to here first. Jonathan up the inside, and look at how much tyre rubber is down in turn 13 now. Goodness me, you can scrape out that rubber and get a new Pirelli tyre there. There's so much down there. Right, lap 20 out of 27 here, then we've got 8 laps to go. This has been a very quick Grand Prix. No safety cars here. Good stuff indeed. Only one virtual safety car. Absolutely lovely stuff, Ben. And German there is now then coming down the back straight, then going into turn 1 and turn 2 and turn 3. I keep forgetting about turn 1, but Pease there has still got the advance as well. Pease hasn't won a Grand Prix since I think wasn't it the Dutch Grand Prix that Pease won? It was indeed his first race of the season, and he won it in the Alpha Tar as a Tango's out of the race there, and he's gone out. It's a virtual safety car, so Tango out of Grand Prix there, and I think that must have been issues there that he was experiencing there all race long there. A nightmare race there for Tango. He is out of the Grand Prix. Viker's come into the pits there, and Viker's out of the race as well. Oh goodness me, so what has happened there? I don't think they was too close to each other on track then, but that's 2 cars out up until this point. We didn't have no retirements at all in this race then. It was looking good indeed then. So the virtual safety car will be out then for we'll be out then for the until we get Tango and Delaf's cars removed then, and then we'll be back going again. Luckily Delaf has just come into the pits for the Ferrari and called it a day. Tango's car has now been removed as well, so we're back in action in a not too distant future then. Yes, we're back race now. We're on board with German at the moment, and he is now back. He's now going to be back on the back end then of Pisa. And look down, I think that in the background there we had a flash of yellow. It was Emerson, who's 2 seconds back now from this battle. There he is then. Emerson knows he's got a net second in this race, but he still needs to do the work to get past Pease. And he has younger tyres than Pease. Emerson does. Is that going to be a crucial part of this race then? Serge saying it's all kicking off now then. Tango saying 30 FPS is all I need to say then, is he's had a nightmare race unfortunately for Tango. What a shame then indeed then, is he was robbed in qualifying and then in the race as well. His gremlins just didn't go away, and it's a shame for Tango out of the race then in the AlphaTauri then. And German there is now really pushing Total Pease. He's only had 1 Grand Prix this year, Total Pease has. Of course, he won in the Dutch Grand Prix for the AlphaTauri team, didn't he? On his first on this return as well. It's a very impressive race as well, wasn't it, for Total Pease. German there needs to get on fix. He's got 8 seconds worth of penalties now, because I think that it's not about the win anymore for German. So I keep go get me old words out. It's not about the race win anymore for German now. It is about getting a podium at the very least, and he's got 8 seconds worth of penalties, and as it stands at the moment, he will be approximately just between Cowie and Indian Jesus, and he'll be down into 5th position. German will be, and that is not a very good day's work considering the pace he's had. That yes, he would have finished higher than he started them, but he would like to have been a bit harder than that, because he's had amazing pace here. The silver world champion hasn't he? And he's once again now putting the pressure on Pease. Is he going to go for a wild lunge? No, not down into turn 13. And Pease locks up those tyres once again, and Emerson is still 2 seconds back of him on the gap. It's not shrinking. I haven't said that, he's just at 2/10 of a second out in that one corner alone. My word there. And there he is in the background now, the double world champion. This is the first race that Emerson's racing in the ALR as a double world champion. Of course, he clinched the world title unbeknownst to me last week. And yes, he is. And of course, he's probably enjoying this race as well. As there's a lot of there's a lot of records that Emerson would still like to break. Of course, like the most podiums in a single season. This is a record-breaking year, isn't it, for Emerson, the double world champion this season? And let's see though. Let's see if this is going to be win number 11 on his CV this season. German's on the inside there. Is Pease going to fight it? I think that, oh goodness me, there's look at this, and there's P showing in the front wheel. Gurman's on the outside, he'll have the inside to turn forward out, and look at this, and P's right underneath the rear wing in the half car, but P's will be hoping that Gurman now could just disappear down the road then, because he's got Emerson on his case now as well. Jonathan has moved up into 8th position now, so Jonathan is doing a great job. He's got 5 seconds between himself and Carboy, who's having a very difficult race then, which is a shame now for Carboy. Carboy's got the second most highest podiums this season with 8 then, and that's why he's second in the World Championship. His consistency is brilliant. It's second to none, isn't it, for this season now for Carboy, but unfortunately he is not going to get a podium here tonight then, as he is down in 7th position now, 2.5 seconds away from Indian Jesus, who Indian Jesus in turn having a great race. Emerson is now almost within that DRS range. There he is. It is fluttering between a second and over, and he needs to be under a second to get the DRS activated there for Emerson. So at the moment Emerson just needs to put a bit more of a spur on. Murphy over to 12th position. He's just got past Diego. He's got the oldest soft tires then, as he came in quite early. Next target is Mr. Leak. Mr. Leak though has got his own race, as he is putting the squeeze on equals, as also he is staying within the tyre tracks of Jonathan as well. And the question is, how long are those soft tyres going to last for? They're going to get to the end from here. I think they should, thanks. We're not expecting major tyre wear out here, are we? Here in Russia tonight, as we flick through turn 1 then, and Gurman there is towing him along. There's a tow piece along there. There's Emerson in the back as well. Pillars then is 2.5 seconds away from these top 3 cars at the moment. So Pillars just struggled on the medium tyres, hasn't he? He was looking quite hot in the opening stint in this Grand Prix on the softs, but on the mediums in the second stage of the race then, it hasn't gone too well for Pease, has it? Unfortunately, for Pillars, has it? Unfortunately. And I must say then, we're on lap 23 out of 27 then. We've got 5 laps to go. I have no earthly idea who's going to win this race then. We've got Gurman, who needs to really start to put a spurt on his Gunnar, doing a good job then to get out of the way then. Good stuff indeed there for Gunnar. We have also got Pease then, who's got no... Oh no, in Pease there has got a penalty! Oh no! And that is a crucial moment in this race, and Emerson is just sitting back there. And yes, that is major costly indeed there for Pease. And Pease there, that's a 3-second penalty. Has he thrown away the Grand Prix win now? Because Emerson doesn't need to go for broke. He doesn't need to go for the race win, as he could just sit behind now. But is he going to do that? Because surely Emerson would of course, Emerson's a thinking driver, and he ain't going to want to overtake him and take risks. But at the same time, he loves to cross the line first. He's got Gurman with 8 seconds worth of penalties. Total Pease with 3 seconds worth of penalties. Everybody was talking about the penalties will be a crucial part in this race then. And now Pillars, who is going to be third at this moment of this race then, but he could potentially get into second now, because Pillars hasn't got any penalties either then. Remember that Pillars cost himself a race win in Singapore with a penalty as well. And I think Pease has done it here tonight in Russia. Oh goodness me, that is the name of the game as well, isn't it? About keeping it clean and consistent then. And all through the race, then, these top 3 and 4 cars have been absolutely in the same shot more often than not. It's been a mega race, hasn't it, today? Absolutely love this one. It's been very much up and down then, as we're on board then with Emerson then, and he is in a third position. We've got Gurman, who is still leading the race, and he's got 8 seconds worth of penalties. Gurman has that penalty in the pit, that 5-second penalty for speed in the pits has really cost him a major potentially a win today, and Pease has definitely cost himself a potential going for the race win as well, as Emerson there is in third position there, probably going to be very happily sitting there now as well, as he doesn't need to do any more work. He could just sit there, look after the tires, look after the car, and really bring it home now, can he? And he's going for his 11th Grand Prix win of his season. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Then his 29th Grand Prix win of his career. So oh goodness me, these are absolutely ridiculous numbers now, isn't it, from Emerson, the double world champion. And we got 2 double world champions now in ALR. We had Grant, who won the world championship, didn't he, in the Renault team back in season 2, and then with the Williams team in season 3, and of course both those championships then almost the first championship came down to the wire in Abu Dhabi. The second championship went to France with the final race to go in Azerbaijan. Championship was already won by the time we got into Azerbaijan now for Garanti, and of course last season as well, Emerson there won it with a couple of races to go. I think they won it in the Mexican Grand Prix with 2 races to go. Of course, in Renault claiming their second Constructors' Championship. And now Renault on course to become the most successful constructor in ALR history there. Renault going for their 3rd World Constructors' Championship as well. Absolutely sensational, isn't it? Of course, Renault will not be racing after this season in ALR because it will become the Alpine team. So my word then. So Renault going to retire as an absolute super force, isn't they, in ALR? Fantastic stuff indeed. Oh, German's got another penalty. We've seen that on shot as he went very wide. Didn't he try to open up the corner in turn 7, I believe, as I get my corners so confused around there. I think that was turn 7 or 6, but unfortunately that is a major problem now for German now, because he's now going to be behind Cowie. Well, Cowie is about 10 seconds back then, but yeah, he's about 12 seconds in Indian Jesus then, who might be in the frame actually of getting past German as well. And so Indian Jesus might be up to a very solid 5th position now. Donald McDonald's just got past Liam. Liam is thrown on the soft tires. I think that Liam might be going for fast out there, who's had a very difficult day. And both Mercedes are currently out of the points as well, as Equals and has a 3-second penalty with Mr. Elite just sitting behind now. Murphy is down in 12th position in the second Alfa Romeo. Unfortunately for Murphy, he's not going to get any points either, as he had a penalty quite early on then. Back on board then with Emerson then, as we are on the second to last lap, we're on the second to last tour here of Russia, and here comes German, and he is oh, what a shame for that penalty then. I am absolutely devastated by the penalties, but unfortunately that is the name of the game here, isn't it, in Sochi in ALR, is the lack of penalties as well. Diego's got a penalty as well. The penalties starting to really roll in now. Of course, the less if you don't get the penalties out, you will almost certainly win the race, won't you? We've got Pillars down getting penalties either, and it's a good stuff indeed there for Pillars, as I think he's definitely learned his lesson from last week, but he's 3 seconds back at the moment. He will be finishing third in this race tonight then for Pillars. Yellow flag as Indian Jesus is off it. Oh no! And Indian Jesus is having a magnificent Grand Prix for the McLaren team, and he's lost the whole wing section as well for Indian Jesus, and he's getting well away. Good stuff there from Indian Jesus there. Very sportsmanlike there, but the McLaren team are going to be devastated then. Indian Jesus, oh my word, there he is, and apparently that's 10-second penalty, but I'm not really sure if that's really justified. Indian Jesus then, what a shame then. He was on course then for some major points today. McLaren are not going to get any points at all. They are firm in the Constructors' Championship. And how is that going to play for them in the Constructors as well? They are only 20 points in front of the McLaren team. At the moment, the McLaren team, the Racing Point team are only going to be scoring 4 points at the very least then. So, yes, I don't think it's going to hurt them too much in the Constructors. But that is such a shame now for Indian Jesus. He's out of the Grand Prix. And that is a big blow indeed then. German on the final lap of the race then. So German there is 8/10 second in front of Pease and Emerson as well. I've really enjoyed this race then. Unfortunately, it's going to be penalties to decide this one, which is not what you want to see, is it, in ALR? But as we already mentioned, it is name of the game, isn't it? If you keep it clean, keep it precise, then you are going to be in for a very good race, and that's what Emerson has done today then. Emerson there, I don't know, has Emerson had the pace today? That's going to be the question, is that I think the German has probably had the pace today, perhaps then, but of course the penalties really cost him, hasn't it? I think in the second stage of the race he hasn't been as quick as he since he got past Pease, but I think that the German is definitely Pease and German have had a cracking race, but that penalty that Pease has had there in the final stage of the race, and with a couple of laps to go, has cost him his second Grand Prix win in the season, and I think that would have been his 4th Grand Prix win of his career, if I'm not very much mistaken, there for Pease. So yeah, big blow indeed there from the Alfa Romeo driver. He's going to be kicking himself, isn't he, as he is potentially thrown away a Grand Prix win. And we're on lap 27 then. Only 3 retirements around there, so I would say that it's been very we've got a yellow flag there. I think it's Gunnar just got out of the way there. Good stuff indeed there from Gunnar. But yeah, hats off, and we've had Indian Jesus there now in a problem with the front wing. He's out of the race, unfortunately, after he was on a great race in 5th position now. We've lost Delaf as well then. I'm not sure what happened to Delaf, and Tango having some major issues there. He did indeed, didn't he? And German there is coming into the final couple of corners there, but unfortunately his race has been marred with penalties, but it'll be Emerson coming through, and he'll be winning his 11th Grand Prix win of his season, and this is the first time he's ever won the Russian Grand Prix. Emerson wins the Russian Grand Prix. Magnificent stuff indeed then, and he is still on winning ways then, as still on winning ways as the Emerson is, so he is loving life. Even after winning the championship, he is still putting some more points on the board for the Renault team then. Good stuff indeed then. Total Pease in 2nd position now, that penalty cost him. 3rd position was the Pillars. German in 4th, with Cowie 5th, Carboy 6th, Jonathan in 7th position, Knowles in 8th, Mr. Lee in 9th position. Equals won't be able to get that final point. He does get that final point. Murphy just outside the points in 11th position as well then, as we're on the cool down lap now, and Well, absolutely mega stuff indeed. Then, as Renault going to be sprinting from ear to ear. Then, as the AlphaTauri team have got 8 points today. Then the AlphaTauri team have, as Renault though have considerably outscored them as well. As we're on the cool down lap now, aren't we, with Emerson. So good stuff then from the double world champion, 11th race win of his career, his 29th race win of 29th race win of his career, his 11th race win of the season as well for Emerson. Sarah was saying, GG guys. That was a bad race for me, but I'll take P7 then. So yes, I think that Jonathan will be very happy at that. A good recovery drive there from Jonathan into P7 indeed then, and Renault inch close then to becoming a 3-time Constructors World Champion as well, which I don't think they've done it tonight. I think they could do it though in Japan. That's the first time they have a chance to clinch the Constructors Championship. Driver of the day is Dan Murphy there, but I don't think he's got much to write home about, as he is out of the points then, and that'll be a bit disappointing then for the Alfa Romeo team. And there he is, Emerson then, is 11th Grand Prix win of the season, his 16th podium of the season as well there for Emerson. My goodness me, we've got 5 races to go for Emerson. He's really celebrating his championship in style, isn't he? Brilliant 17. Pease in second position today. I think that is Pease is at 6th podium of the season as well, and so Pease is not had a bad season by any stretch of imagination. Pillars takes 3rd position in the end as well. Final look at the classification, shall we, from the Russian Grand Prix. A very clean race indeed then, and in the end though, it was Emerson. The penalty, lack of penalties there, really got him the race win stage, didn't it? Total Pease in second position, he'll be kicking himself, won't he, after he got pole position there. That penalty in the last few laps there has really cost him. 3rd position was Pillars in the end for the Williams team now. I forgot he started 12th position, perhaps he should have got a driver of the day. 4th position is Gurman there. That 5 second penalty for speed in the pits has cost him the race win, I feel, as after that I think that after that, I feel that he had his head down, didn't he? Cowie in 5th position, Carboy in 6th, 7th position is Jonathan, good drive. Knowles in 8th position, Mr. Lee in 9th, and Equals completing the top 10 for the Mercedes team. Murphy driver of the day in 11th position there. Liam Yair's got an incredible fast lap of 49-second lap, impressive. 13th position is Canetti, 14th is William there, unfortunately for William there, he damaged his car on the back of the Ferrari of Delaf. Diego in 15th, Dynamo Dan is in 16th position, Gunnar is in 17th. Retirements was Indian Jesus, a damaged front wing there, didn't he, with just 1 lap to go. What a shame for Indian Jesus, the laugh out of the race. And Tango had some major issues there, didn't he? And he is out of the Grand Prix as well. And I think I'll be joining the gantry now with 3, maybe 1 very happy driver and 2 okayish drivers, I think, possibly, depending on how you look at things. Is Emerson in the party?
I am here, yes.
Emerson, your 11th Grand Prix winner of the year season, and magnificent stuff indeed. We was talking just before he came on there, though. But that is your 15th Grand Prix win.